What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. I see two people in here, two likes. I don't see any comments though, so y'all will have to say something because I don't know. Sometimes YouTube be tripping. YouTube be tripping. I see five people. Let me test out my mic. Today we actually gonna have a very interesting live stream. Very interesting conversation about me. Obviously, y'all see the thumbnail. It's me. The past me. So let me test out the sound. The past me. Oh, okay. This is this live stream is just gonna pretty much be a prime example of how you can change, and it's never too late to do that. And obviously you see recognize real. Um so with that being said, I have a few videos that I wanted to show y'all of who I used to be in the past versus me now. I just don't understand why people keep on the blindfold and they feel like nobody can change. Change is not possible. So they look at me and they say stuff like, she's putting on a facade for the cameras. Of course you would believe that I am because you have never changed in your own life, and it's a damn shame how it's people that's way older than me that say stuff like this. So I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, I see. Okay, they literally blocked the damn comments. You said I don't need what's up? What's up from Minneapolis? What's up? Um, so I just want y'all to just pay attention. I would love to your atten uh grab your attention for a second if I could. You said that's my past. I don't live there anymore. It is not my fault. It is not my fault. You do tell him that. I ain't got my glasses on either, so yeah, you know. See, people don't even realize that it is the journey, and right, not the destination. It's the journey, not the destination. We all got our own journey. We all got our own life, and unfortunately, some of us have to experience um my moderator is not here to kick y'all ignorant asses out this live stream either. So I will. Um, so I just, anybody that says anything that's off topic or negative, you're immediately getting kicked out. I'm not about to go back and forth with you and address your negative ass comments like you want me to. Um, so just wanted to let y'all know that. But today we're gonna be having a real mature conversation, and this live stream is only for the real folks and real recognize real. I do know that we living in the times where people will try to deceive you and portray an image to be real, and the whole time they're not. You know, and me personally, I could tell when a person is fake from a mile away. To be honest, sometimes all you gotta do is just let them talk. See, soon as you let people talk, they start showing you who they truly are. Another thing is, all you have to do, if a person really wants to be a part of your life, all you got to do is allow them to show you consistency and consideration. And most importantly, let them show you if they can have great communication with you. Because a lot of people, they don't know what communication is in 2025. They rely on text messaging to communicate. But if you really care, you would be on the phone. Anyway, yeah, that's just real recognize real. Okay. And it's a whole bunch of other different things, different ways on how you can literally recognize a real person. Um, so let me just start off by saying really a lot of my trauma happened back when I was younger, really back when I was a teenager. Um I overcame all of that trauma. So I just want to fast forward in my life to my early adult years, and how I was the party girl, you know what I'm saying? I was really quiet and I would only associate with people that I was really cool with, people that I thought that I can click with or whatnot, but I was a social drinker, a party girl. I didn't go to parties, but I knew how to have fun and I was always just ready to turn up. Just ready to go to a kickback, ready to go to the bar. I wasn't like at clubs and stuff. I want to say I only went to a strip club one time in my life, just on some, I guess I called it getting out, enjoying myself, kicking and having fun. The person that I went with had a lot of money, so they went to the bank and printed out. I mean, they went to the bank and got nothing but singles and passed it out to us so that we can throw ones and stuff like that. It was weird, but it, you know, that was the old me. That was the past. But that was my first experience at a strip club, and I said that I'll never go back ever again. And I didn't. I didn't, but you can catch me at a kickback or something, For those of y'all that don't know what a kickback is, I guess we would call it you just sitting over at somebody's house, it's you and a bunch of other people and y'all just chilling, drinking. You got other people that's smoking and stuff like that. Um and listening to music and just having fun. What's up, Mr. Pokerist? That picture, that thumbnail of me is man, I was going through a lot. Yeah, I was going through a lot. And see, you wouldn't even really be able to tell what somebody is going through. See, a lot of y'all assume that a person ain't going through nothing in their life at all because they can keep a smile on their face. Because they look good while going through what they going through. You know, through my trauma as an adult, I had to maintain strength some way, somehow. And I felt like, well, if I get toe up, maybe I'll be okay. You know? Um, I I felt like, just have a little drink. You'll be all right. And I tried it out and it made me feel a little better because then I started to be a lot. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like, when you drink that first little cup, now you socialize with everybody. Well, that's how I was. You know. So, like I said, real recognize real. And all the trolls getting kicked out. What's up, Avani? Anyway, while I'm talking, right, I'm gonna show y'all a video. And also, this is not just gonna this live stream is not just gonna be solely based off of me and who I was and who I became, but it's also gonna be like to help other people as well. Cause I just want to let people know like it's nothing wrong with change. Like it's literally nothing wrong with change. You could change. It's never too late. It don't matter if you're 60. It don't matter if you're 70. It don't matter if you're 50. It don't matter. You know, age ain't nothing but a number. And a lot of people, they forget that. So I want to show y'all this video of me. At this time, I pretty much just had a lot of money. I was working for Lyft and Lyft was paying good at the time. I was going through a lot. Ain't really had no friends like that. I was on and off, in and out of friendships. Because like I said, real recognize real, and I was literally starting to recognize that people was not real. The people that I was hanging around, they wasn't real, you know? So what I decided to do was just try to go out. I don't know where the hell I was going. I was just driving. But I was one of those people that at the time, I had to have me a drink. I was doing some dangerous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very dangerous to drink and drive at the same time. But I didn't care about the dangers because I felt like, man, it is what it is. Like, I get where I'm going. So I'm gonna tell you what it eventually did, because I kept playing around with stuff like that, and I kept thinking that it was okay to drink and drive. And I was in the car by myself, just driving, cruising, listening to music and stuff. Um, so let me go to it's just a 17-second video. Um, Now I don't own no copyrights. You might not be able to really see it that well because I was in the dark and I was outside, and they would call it demon time in Chicago. I was outside in late at night around the times where there's crime. I'm driving through the hood, listening to music, drinking, and trying to find friends. Literally. And I felt like doing Lyft. I actually enjoyed doing Lyft and stuff like that. And I started meeting new people while I was doing it. And I was so thirsty for a damn friend that I actually ended up getting cool with this one girl that I picked up and dropped off. And we exchanged numbers and stuff like that. And man, look, let me just show y'all the video. So this is the old me. Obviously, you can't really, the video a little fuzzy, but this is just what I was doing. So that's the old me cruising around, getting ready to go get me a little drink or something so I can cruise around some more. I ain't gonna lie to you. At times, I felt like I needed, so I'm so antisocial, right? And I've been like that my whole entire life, just antisocial. Don't really talk to people. So at times, I would feel like I need me a little drink or something to be able to socialize with people while doing Lyft, because I don't know. I didn't trust people. And I needed to feel comfortable to be able to do it. And I ended up meeting this girl. We exchanged numbers, blah blah blah. She actually wanted to give me her number because she was like, "You seem cool as ever. Maybe we should hang out." That's all she had to say to me. All she had to say to me was those words, and I'm like, okay, because that's how desperate I was for friends. I wasn't even trying to really look into people like that to see how fake they were. Like, I knew people was fake and stuff like that, but I didn't really care at the same time. As long as I had that person that can occupy my time. You said it is only something wrong with people who never change. Yes, and keep in mind they're the only ones that have anything to say. Yes, yes, say that for real. And that is so true, because there is a whole, I just want to be 100 with y'all. There is a whole organization of people that is literally watching me right now, and they probably are going to enjoy this video because they find this entertaining to them. It's like, oh, so this is what she was doing in her adult years. Yeah, and that was the old me. And y'all already know that I don't do none of that stuff now. They know that, but they just still have this narrative, this picture that they painting of me, and they trying to figure out more about me. So they watch my YouTube channel and they try to see if I got any other social media platforms so that they can watch me as well. Now, when I say a whole organization of people, some of y'all already know exactly who I'm talking about. Because if you go through my videos, you will find out who I'm talking about. Not only just that, but there's people that has my YouTube information that I personally gave to years ago that still watches me, still stalks me. It's people that watch me and my husband still, and they have told him that, yeah, we be watching y'all. People that he personally know have told him that they be watching us, but they don't support us at all. They just sit there and watch. You know, um, I'm just gonna really be showing y'all pictures in a few videos and stuff of me and how I used to be versus how I am now. People, like you said, people that never want to see change, the new and improved you, is because something is wrong with them. They are the ones that refuse to change. They feel like it's stupid to do that. They feel like that's not real. That's unreal. It's impossible to change. You can't change. Of course, you would think. I really used to think that way. I used to think that way. I used to really be so desperate to change, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how. I didn't know how, like, I wanted to be a better person. Don't get me wrong, I was a good person, but I had flaws for sure, and I wanted those flaws to change. I wanted to be a better me. I didn't know when it was going to happen, how it was going to happen. I felt like I was going to have to keep turning up for the rest of my life. And in order for me to change, it would have to be a very tragic situation, you know. But once you start getting closer to God, um that's when you able to finally realize that you changing. What's up, JD? I'm gonna show y'all this picture of me real quick. So this picture of me was years ago, and many years ago. And honestly, it don't look like it until I try to get an up close view on my eyes or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was breaking down crying in the car that day. Okay. I was alone by myself crying. Didn't know like I didn't know which way to go. I was just so lost. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know which way to what to do. I the person that the person that I was supposed to be with was not around anymore. Um and I felt like I needed that person. I needed them so bad. Even though they put me through so much in my life, I really needed them because I felt like uh there is nothing wrong with codependency, and to be honest, it is. We're really not supposed to depend on other people to pull us back up. We got to do it ourselves. And so I feel like that was one of my biggest issues, relying on people, relying on having friends, relying on having a little drink or two, relying on, things. It don't even matter. It's like I felt like that was going to help me piece myself back together. Um so let me see. Was this the same day? Trying to see, was this the same day? Yeah, so this was the same day. So I felt like, so I had a conversation with a friend, actually, one of my friends that was on and off, at that time. And um, I could barely talk to her because she was always busy, always doing something. And she was one of those friends that she will understand where you're coming from. She'll talk to you, but it's like every 5 minutes, she's literally saying, I'm gonna call you right back. 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 She'll be talking to people in the background and stuff. And while I'm on the phone with her, just breaking down in tears, crying, um, she just did. I felt like she didn't care because she was just like, I'm gonna call you right back. And it hurt me so much to the point where I said, you know what? I got it. I know what I can do. I'm gonna go to the store and buy me an outfit, put on something nice, and just go out. Go out tonight. That's all I used to do because I feel like that's the only thing that can make me feel better. You know, at the time. And so this is pictures of me when I when I was in a dressing room trying on this whole outfit right here. Mind y'all, I used to wear weave, okay? Clearly you can see that. I used to wear weave in my hair. I used to wear the nails, all of that. I didn't never really used to wear lashes though, I'm not gonna lie. But so I finally got my little outfit on, you know, me and the chick that I had met through dropping her off through Lyft or whatever, we actually did link up and we was just sitting in the car getting lit. Getting lit in the car. And then that's when she had told me like, girl, I know this place that we can go, you know, hold on, let me turn around. So now I remember actually this place was a club, but it was a gay club. And I didn't know until I got there. And I was so lit that I just decided to just enjoy myself there. And wasn't nobody trying to come on to me or nothing like that, but I was watching, rainbow community men do splits on the floor and they was dancing and all type of stuff. And we was just lit as ever, crowded around them dancing and stuff like that. Mind you, I had to get home and she had to get home as well. How the hell was we gonna get there if we both tow up from the flow up, right? So we ended up leaving at like 3 a.m. I was so lit that I told her I cannot drive. So she ended up driving. Thank God we didn't get into a car accident. But all I know is, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't even remember how I got in the car and started driving and I ended up on the expressway. All I know is I was just driving. All right. It was the morning time at that point and the sun was up. I didn't even remember how I went to sleep, who bed I was in. Did I even get home? I don't remember nothing. Mr. Poker said people sometimes need people. That is why God put so many of us down here. Yes. Um, said with that being said, only you could pull yourself out of some situations. Facts. Like people give you guidance and advice, but you have to do the work. Yes. And I finally realized that in my late 20s. That's when I finally realized that we gotta pull ourselves up. Mind you, this happened in my early 20s. Very early stages of my 20s. They say that you don't really find yourself for real until you 25 years old or after you 25. Some people do, but I ain't gonna lie to you, it is some grown ass, childish ass adults out here, to be honest. Now, here's another video of me. I mean, I look at this stuff and I just shake my head because I can't believe like I really used to be like this. I can't. But I can believe it at the same time. So I was, I guess, so called in some sort of relationship with this one guy. Um, man, look, I definitely regret it, but it's the journey. Me and him, I was waiting on him to get ready or something. I guess we was supposed to be going out. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. I guess we was supposed to be going out or something like that. So I was just waiting on him. Oh, that picture comes next. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. So I guess we ended up going out or whatever. Dude was extremely toxic as well. He needed some real serious help. And I knew that, but on some real stuff, I literally just needed somebody there for me. I just felt like I needed somebody. So I just ignored the worst of him. I mean, when dude couldn't get no weed in his system, he was crazy. He couldn't get a drink or pop a pill. The ninja was diabolical. Now let's fast forward to this picture here. This right here is a prime example of the Bible scripture that says, "For the wages of sin is death." And honestly, yeah, it showed me because the vehicle that I had, I towed it up in the front. Um, I kept taking that shit as a joke, just steady getting lit, stuff like that. So I didn't get into a situation where I had a DUI or anything. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so lit and so toe up that I had a hangover. And honestly, this is what happened to me when I was hanging with that girl that I met through Lyft or whatnot. And I got toe up with her. Remember I told y'all I didn't remember where I put oh, I didn't tell y'all that. I didn't remember what happened, how I went to sleep, none of that. All I remember was I was just driving and stuff like that. And I ended up on the E-way. And I was lost because I lost my damn phone and I needed my phone for GPS navigation, right? To get home. But I had a hangover and I kept falling asleep behind the wheel as I was driving. And I crashed into the back of this lady's car. But what she was, I'm gonna be honest to y'all, what she had did, she was very racist, a racist as a white lady that kept trying to cut me off in traffic. Now at that point, I was a little woke, even though I was steady dozing off a little bit. At that point, I was woke. She kept trying to cut me off in traffic or whatnot. And, she got mad because she kept trying to squeeze in the middle with me and I wouldn't let her over or whatnot. Um, so she eventually just literally squeezed her way through. And at that point, when she did that, I wasn't paying attention because it was a few other cars in front of me. And she just came up out of nowhere, squeezed her way through. Now, at that point, I didn't even realize I had low key dozed off a little bit behind the wheel. When I woke up, it was too late to hit the brakes. I ended up crashing into her vehicle. And it was not only just my car and hers, but it was two other vehicles involved. So Illinois State Police was involved. She was yelling. The police officer was trying to tell her to calm down. Um, they ended up giving me a citation. Thank God they didn't realize that I had a damn hangover. Um, Shout out to my moderator, who's my husband. He actually just got in here. Man, this is very very hard for me to do, y'all. I ain't never did this before. This a live stream like this, but thank God they didn't realize that I had a little hangover or whatnot. I told them what had happened to. I told them that the lady had cut me off, and she had been trying to cut me off, but she was a Karen, so she hurried up and played victim or whatnot. Even though it looks like I'm not the victim at all. There was another guy that was involved in this car accident that did see the whole thing, and he kept trying to tell the officer as well, like, yeah, I saw the lady kept trying to cut her off, but I hate that my vehicle was involved as well. So it was four vehicles involved in this accident. I ended up losing this car because I did not own this vehicle. It was Lyft's vehicle. So they don't play them games. When you get into a car accident, it's over with. you know, you're gonna have to pay up or something. I forgot how it go, but yeah, I felt very stupid. I ended up keeping the car like 3 days after this. Then I had to go and give it back, and it was over with. I couldn't drive for Lyft anymore. because they wanted a large payment from me that I didn't have after they already took majority of my check in the first place. And I said, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I was really pissed. Um, and so I had to figure out how I can move on with my life, finding another job. The worst part about that was at the time, yeah, Lyft was paying good. They was paying good. I was able to keep bills paid, all of that, and get me this, that, and the third, get my kids something. Um, and it was crazy how I had money, but I didn't have friends. Cause it's like the friends that come around when you ain't got no money. So I just felt like, damn, who am I with this money in my account or money in my pockets, and I can't even I can't enjoy it with somebody. I just want to spend some money. That's how I was. And I never really cared for money as much, but then again, I did. So it was like I had a love-hate relationship with the money. You got people that literally fall in love with the money. My ass had a love-hate relationship for money. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to remember after that. Oh yeah. So I ended up finding my phone because I ended up getting in contact with the girl. I found my phone. She gave it to me. Unfortunately, it was too late because I had already bought another phone. But yeah, just that's a prime example of, please, whatever y'all do not drink and drive, or don't think it's sweet keeping constantly drinking. Like, if you drinking, it's not okay. But if you're a drinker, I highly suggest that you just get an Uber or something if you want to go out, or just have somebody that can drive you or something like that, because you do not want to get behind the wheel, even if you feel like you sober or whatnot. Nah, don't do it. You said we all been desperately lonely. If a motherfucker say they haven't, they lying. Exactly. They lying. Um, okay. So I want to show y'all a couple other pictures. And like I said, my duty today on this live stream is to actually help people that needs that help. For real. Because look at me now. I came a long way. Trust me, y'all really don't know the half. This ain't even the half. you know, this is just some of the things. But man, when I tell you, we. Sometimes I say, man, I don't even know how I did it. Because when I tell you, I've been through loads and loads and loads of trauma in my life. The best way to navigate that trauma is to isolate yourself away from people. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And hubby, if you're here still, could you please bring me a jacket? My jacket, I'm a little cold, but I'm hot at the same time. It's weird. My fingers is freezing. So, this is when I tried to, I guess I was trying to do my YouTube channel. This was like years ago, but I was trying to do a YouTube or whatever. So through my pain, through my hurt, I was trying to be funny. And I just want to show y'all a little bit of the funny side of me. Don't take it personally, dude. This is not a racist thing or anything. I was just being funny, bro. And I was just trying to, and it's crazy because that I could still vividly remember that day. I was sitting in the car and I was just like, bro, what can I fucking do to get this, all of this hurt and this pain and this anger off of me? And then it clicked and I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just do a funny video, and I'm gonna just post it on YouTube or something. But I don't think I ever posted this. I'm gonna just show y'all a little bit of it. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Danny TV Entertainment, and I'm coming back with another video. Now notice how I said Danny TV Entertainment. That's because originally my thank you. My YouTube channel was called Danny TV Entertainment at first. So today I was going to be singing the lyrics to LMA's Trip. Only I'm going to be singing it the white people version way. Like I said, don't take it personal. It was just a little joke. But yeah, I'm gonna just show y'all a little clip of it. Okay, let's get to it. Yeah. I keep my feelings on safety so I don't go shooting where your heart beats. Take the bullet trying to save me. Then I'm left making you bleed. Love, trying to waste it. Like Booby running the mouth and never make it. That's just too bitter for worse. Don't want to taste it. That's just too bitter for worse. Don't want to face it. I think I'm done tripping. And sipping. That's how I control this feeling. You keep giving. You keep on hitting it. Ew. To be true. Baby boy, your love has me tripping on you. You know your love is big enough. Make me trip up on you. Yeah, it's big enough. Got me tripping on you. Tripping on you. That for tripping on you. My bad for tripping on you. Well, you know we're cool and now we're waiting. But I act a fool when I don't get it. And I'm steady bruising just to save this. But I tripped on your love, now I'm addicted. Little love, I'm not trying to waste it. Like we be running the mouth and never make it. That's just too bitter for worse, don't want to taste it. That's just too bitter for worse, I don't want to face it. I'm done tripping. I'm tripping. I've been sipping. That's how I control this feeling you keep giving. Go get me, do. Love is too good to be true. All right, y'all. That's enough. That was a little bit of my funny side. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm really way more funnier than that. You can ask my husband. We be in here cracking jokes all the time. Okay, so let's scroll up because there is another one I want to show y'all. Okay, this is another thing too. I used to have very bad anger. Okay, now my anger would not always result in me hitting somebody. I was not a very violent person. I just felt like I would sometimes I would go to sleep mad, I would wake up mad. Could I parent my children through that? Yeah, I was still a good mom. I was still able to parent them through all of that, through the anger and stuff like that. But when I felt like I needed a small little piece of man or something like that, I would just have my mom to watch them a little bit so I can calm myself down. Sometimes she would just kind of encourage me to just like go. She like, I got them. Just go in your room and just take a chill pill or whatever, and I'll watch them until you can calm down. Um, I never used to get to the point where I would harm my children through anger or whatever, because it was more personal. It was situations, it was people. So I knew that I couldn't take that out on them because they ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I want to scroll to November of whew, man, okay. Let me get to it, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this video. The reason why I'm talking about anger is because I had a job at the time. I was working for Wendy's. And I used to work at the Wendy's in Forest City, in Forest City parking lot in Chicago. Some of y'all might know Forest City or whatever. The ghetto is Wendy's ever. Real talk. And honestly, I think I had worked there for 2 months or 1 month or something like that. But it was only two people out of that whole crew that I was cool with. The supervisor that hired me, he ended up leaving like the next day after he hired me. And there was another I guess manager, a person that ran the store that was coming in, and it was this black woman, and she came and she thought she was just running everything. Now don't get me wrong, it was her store that she had to manage, but she was very rude, very disrespectful. She didn't introduce herself to nobody. We didn't even know who she was. Um this is how you know demons attract demons, because all of the people that was there that didn't like me ended up liking her. You know, I was the only one that I didn't like her because she was very disrespectful. So anyway, I want to show y'all this video of me and how this I was at my wits end with this job because I the thing is they did not appreciate me being there working for their company. And I was so sick, like literally, not mentally, but I was really sick. I had a bad virus. I don't know, like, and I was working in the food industry. Like I said, I was working at Wendy's. And the fact that they was still allowing me to do the fries, touch the burgers, touch people, and they knew I was sick. Now, mind you, this was at the time where I didn't really know how to walk out of jobs like that. You know, I felt like I was a little afraid to do it. I didn't have the courage to do it. But this was the day that I was so sick and tired of fed up with jobs, sick and tired and fed up with jobs that, yeah, I'm gonna just show y'all the video. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That I did ended up finding the courage to just walk out of there because I tried to be as patient with her as possible. Now, what had ended up happening is I grabbed my bag and everything and I went to the office. The store manager that was there ended up putting the big boss on the phone, who was the new lady that was over the store. It's hard to break down. But she was like, "Yeah, I can't let you leave." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't let me leave? I want to clock out. I'm sick and y'all know I don't feel well." She was like, "Well, you'll have to talk to the big boss and see what she says." You know? So here's the video. I'm pretty sure look, I know my husband already heard this before a few times and I don't know, he probably don't want to listen to it again. But I'm just showing y'all the people that this is a prime example of why I say don't never be afraid to walk away from a job, especially if they don't treat you right. If they treat you um with straight up disrespect. Damn, why is it taking so long? Okay. I'm trying to let it load. So until it loads, not sure why it's taking so freaking long. But it's probably not meant for me to show y'all. um yeah, so don't never be afraid to walk away from a job, you know, just because don't be afraid to do it. And don't be afraid to do it because you got this person in your ear telling you that you need to work, and you got this person saying that, well, how you gonna pay your bills? Then you got this person, like, literally, I did not care. I didn't care anymore. I was like, I'm gone. I can't do this for real, because I stuck it through for 2 whole months with negativity, straight up evil. All my coworkers was evil as hell. Like I said, it was only two people that I would get lucky to work around that was actually pretty cool. Everybody else was negative, evil, hateful. They was really mad because I was a great cashier and they really wanted me to come there with no knowledge at all. They hated the fact that I already knew what I was doing. and they didn't want me to become better than them because they had been there for like 3 years, like 2 years, 5 years. You got people working in this industry for that long, and then when you got a person that come in and immediately knows what she's doing, they're gonna start hating on you. So then they started just spreading rumors about me for nothing. I didn't know these people. I didn't talk to them. I didn't give them any of my business. Nobody knew what I was going through. Nobody knew nothing about me. And to the people, the two people that was cool with me, the only thing that they got from me was a hey and a bye. I didn't associate with people up inside of that, so they had to make up something about me to I'm telling you, when people hating on you, they will make up anything. And I don't, man, I wish I could show y'all this. And I really hate that it's taking this long. I'm gonna try to see if I could just download it or something. Cause it's like when I click the Jesus Christ. See if I could download it. Maybe it'll do it like that. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, we gonna fast forward until it's downloaded. Um, all right. This is another picture of me. I went out with an old friend, old male friend. Um, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just like all over the place with guys. You know what I'm saying? I was just in and out of these little dating. I guess I would call it dating or something, or just like talking to somebody or something like that. But this was me, and the guy took me out or whatever on a little date, and we actually did have fun. I'm not gonna lie. We had went out to eat and went bowling or something like that. And it wasn't a bad experience. It was just that like I just felt like he just wasn't my type. Um he was like a unrealistic ass positive person. You know those people that be so damn positive that it's unrealistic. And I'm not trying to say like don't be positive at all, but you could tell this is exactly what I talked about in my live stream yesterday. I I said it's okay to be optimistic. It's okay to be positive, but he's one of those I ain't worried about nothing. Oh yeah, yeah. Look, let's just keep smiling on our face. And I'm like, dude, he the type of person that will remain positive even if the restaurant had a caught on fire. Oh, whole time we sitting at the table around fire and shit. I'm like, should we leave? We should go, right? Oh no, we gonna be good. Let's just sit right here. Like I couldn't do, nah, because see, people like that they take everything. I don't know. They so sensitive about everything that they just got to be positive, so strongly positive, about everything to the point where it makes them become unaware. They're unaware of their surroundings, unaware of society, just unaware because they way too trusting. Maybe I should just say that. Oh, is it ready? Okay, y'all. I think here go the video right here that I wanted to show y'all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why? Because I just literally looked at it on my phone and everything. So, you know what? I got a better idea. Because I really do want to show y'all this video because I want to show y'all how um I used to be a little bit how I was with my anger, but at the same time this was around that time where yeah, I was still going through things, but I was able to kind of sort of maintain myself through things. But this lady, she was just so rude and disrespectful towards me. I like I said, I had grabbed my stuff. I was trying to clock out. I just wanted to go home because I was so sick. I could not continue to stay around and work on the fries, and I couldn't believe how they was allowing me to hand people their food while I was sick. That is some very sick stuff. Y'all know people be so desperate to have workers and stuff like that. You know what? I'm gonna just send this to myself in an email, and yeah, maybe it can work like that. Yeah. Um. Oh, is this? It's crazy. My bad. Okay, I guess it's not working still. Yeah, it's probably just not meant for me to show y'all. I don't know why, but I really did want to show you. How I tried to maintain myself through that little phone conversation with the lady. She tried to basically she was trying to tell me like you need to she was real disrespectful. You need to make up your mind. You should have knew that not to come here. I said, well, y'all wanted me on the clock and y'all knew that I was sick. Y'all said y'all still needed me. So I still gave it a shot and I came in like I was supposed to, even though I was sick. But I gotta go. Like I'm ready to go home. I need to lay down. I don't feel good. She talking about, well, you are always late anyway. I said I get rides here. I have to take the bus. Literally. I can't control the bus for being late on time or on time. What you want me to tell the bus driver hurry the fuck up so I can get to work? If the bus is taking forever and I end up late to work, it is what it is. What do you mean? She talking about, well, you do this every time. I said, ma'am, you just started working here yourself. And just because you became the big boss or whatever and you just started here, you just feel like you could talk to me any old kind of way. Not gonna go down that way. She was talking to me like I was her child. She's talking about you need to figure out what you gonna do. Are you gonna stay or not? Because once you leave, you can't come back. I said, I'm not gonna lie to you, ma'am. This is not the only job that I got that pays me. I don't rely on a Wendy's check, sweetheart. She said, who do you think you're talking to like that in my establishment? I was like, I just walked off on a phone call, and her and the other manager just started talking stuff about me, saying like, oh yeah, she's just walked off, walked away. She said, well, take her off of the schedule. She's never coming back to our store again. I could have reported her if I knew better, but I didn't know. So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward to this picture right here. This picture right here was the day that I realized that people is so damn fake. I am so done with people. I promise you. This was the day that I realized it. And I know y'all probably like, why you got bottles and stuff? Uh-oh. Why you got bottles and stuff? You know? Because it was my birthday. That's why. It was my birthday and I was ready to turn up and I needed my friends to so-called, it was a guy friend that I had, another guy friend I had, well, I guess we was dating or something, that I thought he was gonna come through, but he didn't. He showed me who he really was. He sent me off. He was up there kicking it with his homies, kicking it with his guys on the day that he was supposed to literally kick it with me. Because I had other plans as well. I had plans to go place other places and not just sit at home and get lit. Um, this was also the picture of me on my birthday. I'm telling you, like so I ended up going to go. That was the day I ended up going to go get my lashes done. That was the first time I guess I tried that stuff and I didn't like it. Actually no, that was like the third time in my life where I tried it and I didn't like it. Um, and yeah, I was just waiting for so-called friends to hit me up. The whole time I'm sitting there, ain't nobody come through for me, you know. And then when they did hit me up, it was extremely late. It was like 2 a.m. You know, matter of fact, no, it was like 12 midnight, 1 a.m. So we gonna fast forward, and I really hope that this is helping y'all, especially when you look at me now, look at my content now versus how I was back then. So what was we at? We was in, okay. All right. So we're gonna fast forward. And I just let me see if I can find another picture. Cause then at that point I started once I started to let people go. You said amazing storyline. I'm with you, and yeah, these jobs only care about money. Um, you bring in, they bring in, yeah. Um, and yeah, I was just so glad that I walked away from that job. And ever since I walked away from that job, I said, if I ever in my life have another job after this, and anybody tries to treat me like that and treat me wrong, she told me that Wendy's didn't come looking for you. You came looking for us. So you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you be here. You need to bust your ass to make sure. And I'm looking like, who the hell do she think she talking to? I'm not about to bend over backwards for a job. I already did that. Those days are over with. At that point, when she said that, she helped me to realize, like, you know what? This ship has sailed. I am done. I'm never coming back. You ain't even gotta worry about me. You right. Take me off the schedule because I'm not coming back. If I gotta be broke or whatever it is until I can find another job, it is what it is. Yes, I did have another job. And I think I was working for a delivery company. I think I was, but I wasn't making that much, but it was still enough to get by. And Wendy's was just the extra income. And so like I did, I told her what it was. I said, you're not the I don't just rely on a check from y'all. Like, come on, man. And then she just started getting upset because I was telling her how I felt. And I told her, like, you need to address me like an adult, not like your child, you know? Um, but when she said that, it kind of like blew me because she was like, Wendy's didn't come looking for you. You came looking for us. First of all, you got a big ass now hiring sign in the window. When I walked in there and I asked where they hiring before you even started working here, ma'am, the other guy, he's the one that hired me on immediately because he needed more workers. Once he hired me, he ended up quitting. And that's when you came about. Like, what do you mean? You don't even know nothing about me. You just started working here your damn self. You got a now hiring sign. Obviously, y'all are looking for. You sound stupid. Um. Okay. So yeah, I just want to fast forward. Yeah, I want to. Okay, I want to show y'all something. So we gonna fast forward to when I started finding myself. When I cut out, drinking, kicking it with people. I cut everybody off, okay? Cut everybody off. So we gonna fast forward a little bit. Cause we gonna fast forward to January of 2020. Matter of fact, no, I'm trying to find a picture of me when I was by myself. So um okay. Well no, I can't show y'all that. Gotta be careful how I do certain shit. Well, I ended up getting some news in 2020, the early 2020. This is when this is when I met my husband. Now, mind you, me and him was already friends. or whatever, way before, 5 years before we ended up establishing our relationship. But we had lost contact when we first became friends back in 2015. We had ended up losing contact with each other, and then I found him on Facebook. We connected, and we was head over heels for each other that fast. But this was what I got. Bam. You see that? That changed my life in 2020. Changed my whole life. you know, I felt different. I know you like, what do you mean you felt different? Well, I knew I was pregnant, man. I start, feeling those little symptoms. I felt like I was, because usually how I know when I'm pregnant, I just come down with a damn fever. I mean, a strong fever. It was to the point where my body was aching. I couldn't move. And I just felt like I was going to end up missing my cycle. I knew it. TMI. But that's exactly what happened. It changed my whole life for the better, though. Why did I say that? Because I started to feel like I was becoming someone better, someone new. I felt like all of my trauma is behind me. My trauma was getting addressed more when me and him got together, and he showed me what real is. He showed me what loyalty is. I mean, all of those good things. He showed me that. And when I tell you, trust me, there is somebody out there, whether it's a family member, a friend, or somebody that you want to be in a relationship, it's somebody out there that will um show you what real support is like, what authenticity is, all of that. I mean, he was there for me when I was going through my situation with DCFS and all of that. And a lot of people, they try to judge me and say, "Well, why would you get pregnant if because it was God's will and he let it be." That's why. You know what I'm saying? Um if God did not want me to bring another child into this world, it wouldn't happen. I'm just saying. A lot of y'all just really hate kids. That's why y'all say stuff like that. Why would you get pregnant if you're going through it? Because it's my journey. It's my life. People be swearing up and down they can just, oh, you should just terminate the pregnancy. No, I've been through that. I've done that before. I wasn't gonna do it again. People don't even know that I have did that 3 times before. Yeah, terminated pregnancies 3 times in my life, and it was very traumatic. And I said that I would never ever in my life do nothing like that again. That's not something that you want to. You trust me, you don't want to just throw away a human being. People feel like, oh, it's not a human being, it's a ball of cells. It is a human. It's a baby. A baby growing into a baby. It's a human. You know what I'm saying? And I had to realize, shout out to Stephen Darby, man. Shout out to RIP to Stephen Darby. Shout out to him. But I learned a lot more about abortions and stuff when I started looking at his sermons. And man, I'm telling you, he taught me so much about that. I started going into prayer and repenting. And every day I pray. I always pray for my children that I couldn't be there for, that is in heaven. And I asked God to forgive me for being so ignorant around that time, because I didn't know that it's not okay to terminate pregnancies. I didn't know that. I thought it was, I was one of those females like, I don't want to deal with him. I'm finna get rid of this child. Like, yes. And it was evil. It was evil of me to do that, but I was very ignorant at the time, and I didn't know. Really, I didn't. I didn't know that it was, I was shedding innocent blood. I didn't know, but I did feel horrible after I would do it. I would just feel this guilt all over me, and after that, last time I said I would never go back. I was actually I had a sister. Well, she's not my real sister, but she called me her little sister or whatever. And I stayed at her house for a few months when I was trying to get on my feet a long time ago. And she had ended up telling me that she had 9 abortions, bro. 9 abortions and 2 miscarriages. And, obviously she got 4 or 5 living children. But do you like to put all of that on your body? You know? And when she was just talking to me about it, it honestly, this was around the time. Okay, let me tell y'all, this was around the time when I didn't even know that I was pregnant with a child. I didn't even know. All I know was me and my sister, we was just kicking it all the time, having fun. And fun didn't necessarily, I'm dead ass, 9 abortions. I'm dead ass serious. I'm not even lying to you. She literally told me out her own mouth, I had 9 abortions and 2 miscarriages. And she was just okay with saying that shit, honestly. But this was around the time that, we was kicking it a lot, we was some drinkers, but not, I wasn't drinking like her. She was a damn, oh my goodness. You might as well call her alcoholic. Always drinking every damn day, always drinking on something. So she was smoking cigarettes and she was smoking Black and Milds, and sometimes I'll just be like, let me smoke one of those Black and Milds. Um, One time I started gagging out of nowhere. I'm just gagging. Mind you, I was on birth control. Well, actually I had just got off of it. So I thought it was gonna take a while for the stuff to get out of my body, you know. Um, I started gagging and she was like, why are you gagging? I'm like, I don't know, man. Then I was like, man, my stomach hurt. She's like, why your stomach hurt? Then I was like, man, I feel dizzy. She was like, are you telling me something? I'm like, I'm not telling you anything. She was like, it sound like you're pregnant. I said, nah, we ain't even gonna go there. I ain't no pregnancies over here. I'm good on that. She was like, nah, you need to take a test. You know, she went to the store, she got a test. I kept telling her, I don't think I don't know why you wasting your time right now. She was like, I just feel like you are. She said, I feel like you are, and I know a pregnancy when I see one and you showing signs right now. So she was like, well, what are you gonna do if you find out that you are? I said, I don't know. She was like, girl, you should get an abortion. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. She was like, girl, look at where you. Then this is what they do. They try to convince you. You know what I'm saying? They convince you. They try to say, look at where you at now. Look at what's going on in your life. Why would you want to bring a baby into that? Whole time, I'm going to be 1,000 with you. It's possible. And I'm not trying to say like be selfish and bring a child into this world, but a lot of these women out here, they get abortions and stuff because they want to finish partying and turning up. They want to finish sleeping around. They don't like the way their life is set up or whatnot. So it's like, I'm not gonna bring a child into. No, that is a horrible thing to do, honestly. You don't want to do nothing like that because you're shedding innocent blood for your own personal reasons. And we have to take accountability. When you lay down and you open up your legs and you get pregnant, you got to take care of your responsibilities, man. You and whoever else you had a child with. And a lot of women, they decide to get abortions for that very reason. Real talk. Yeah, I don't want to deal with him no more. Same way how I used to be, you know? Um, so anyway, I took the test, walked away, you know, came back, 2 lines, pregnant. I was like, no, hell no, how? No, how? I didn't even I haven't been doing anything, you know. She was like, and that's what I was just about to ask you. When was the last time you blah blah? And I'm like, bro, it's been months. I haven't did it. She was like, if it's been months, then that means that you probably further along than you think. I'm like, no, I'm not. Look at my stomach. It's flat, blah blah blah. So anyway, I was just so like pressured and stuff like that. Mind you, she was my big sis, like big sis, so I looked up to her pretty much. She was telling me that I need to just go and schedule an appointment at the clinic and blah 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 blah. I did all of that. Went into the clinic, did all of that. And they did the ultrasound. And when the lady did the ultrasound, she said, "You sure you?" I mean, when she said it, it made me want to get up off of the table and just walk out because she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Why are you asking me that?" She was like, "Because you are about 3.5 months along." I said, "How? How?" I should have been feeling kicks or something, right? I should have been. She was like, "Well, not all the time you can feel the baby kick that early, but yeah, you are very further along than we did think. So it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do." So apparently I was like 11 and a half weeks. Yeah, and the baby on the ultrasound was pretty big, and I felt like, oh my God, I was just so confused for a second. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I ended up doing it. I did it. And when I left that clinic with no baby in my tummy, I felt horrible. That is, trust me, y'all, you do not want to do that. The first time I ever got an abortion, I was 14 years old. Yeah, I know a lot of people like, what the hell? Yes, I'm telling y'all, don't even know. You never know what people been through in their lives. Real talk. First time I was 14, young as hell. I had just graduated 8th grade. And don't try to act like y'all don't know that little youngins be out here getting it in and stuff in the bed. Yes, yes, they get freaky at young ages. Trust me, I've seen girls in my classroom that was. See, I thought it was cool. See, back when I was in 8th grade, that was what, 2007, 2008, that around those times. Getting pregnant and teen pregnancy was a very trending thing. So it was more so like, let's see who can get pregnant first, and there was this one girl that was walking around with a big ass stomach, and she was an 8th grader. Then it was another girl that was walking around with a big ass stomach, and she was an 8th grader. And then that let me know that, oh, it's okay to be sexually active in 7th and 8th grade, you know? So yeah, that's exactly what happened. And yeah, I was definitely pressured into getting it. I didn't want to get it. I did feel horrible that I even was pregnant at such a young age, but I was pressured to get rid of the child because it's like, oh, you just a baby yourself. You can't carry no another child. What are you doing? Blah blah. You supposed to be going to Six Flags Great America before you go to high school, and you supposed to be enjoying your 8th grade. Matter of fact, Matter of fact, this was right before I graduated 8th grade. It was like weeks. It was like matter of fact, a few months prior to 8th grade graduation. Luncheon and all of that. And my ass ended up finding out that I was pregnant with a baby. And I was told that I am a baby. And it's like, I was just being talked about all throughout the family and stuff. Nobody wanted me around them. I was such a problem. But I mean, if I had that guidance, real support, real people that was there for me, like that would talk to me and stuff, I would never had these problems. Like, but then again, you got to think about it. It's your journey, not theirs. People fail to realize that. Obviously, I failed to realize that because I was so young. But now that I know, looking back, it was my journey. That's all it was. It's a journey. We go through some of the most craziest times in our lives. I'm telling you, I got more stories than that. I have a whole damn life story that I can break down from childhood all the way up until now. But I'm really only showing y'all things that has happened in my early adult years. Yeah. You said I learned also how bad abortions are until I met you. I had to repent for real. You did a major turnaround. Yes, for real, because like, yeah, I'm getting hot. Um, yeah. It'd be hard for me to talk about. I still talk about it to this day to my husband because obviously we always pray together every day and I always pray about it because I do have a heart. I do still care. I am still their mother. Regardless if they're not here on this earth, I am still their mother, you know? Um, but I don't put myself down about it every day to the point where I'm depressed and I'm crying now. I had my share of definitely shedding tears and crying, and sometimes like back in the past, it was so traumatizing to me to do stuff like that that I would literally have flashes of when I was laying on the damn operating table and they put me under anesthesia and all of that. And I'll just be like crying out of nowhere, like, oh my God, I can't believe I really did that. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? You know? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that when I was in those abortion clinics, I'm gonna be honest, man, it was some. I saw some crazy stuff. I saw this one Hispanic chick come in there. Literally, I thought I thought my eyes was deceiving me. This girl was 6 months pregnant. Her stomach was huge. She was a skinny chick. Her stomach was huge, and everybody turned around looking at her like, "Oh my God, she's really in here finna get an abortion," and the baby almost due. She was in like you could tell, you could see the depression all in her face. Like you could tell she really couldn't believe she was about to do that, but she still did it. And I couldn't believe she was doing it, you know? Um Honestly, we never know why people do stuff like that. You never know, but at the same time I just want to say it's not okay. It's not okay. Every child deserves a life. Now, I just wanted to tell y'all that little quick little story. So yeah, I've had experiences. Um, and honestly, experiences is the best teacher. Real talk. So let's fast forward back to 2020. Yeah. Like I said, I met my husband. All of that. We was head over heels for each other. Found out I was expecting, and a lot of people was very judgmental. They start that see people was really manifesting, negativity in our lives, saying, "Oh, she already dealing with DCFS, things like that. They're gonna end up taking a baby, blah 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 blah." See, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I didn't know too much about my rights and laws and stuff like that. Um, and unfortunately, months later when my child was born, yes, they ended up taking her. Nobody ain't even gonna tell y'all that. I'm just trying to tell y'all about who I was, okay? I ain't even gonna go into the DCFS situation because I know they probably waiting on me to say something about it. And I don't give a damn if y'all feel like, oh, she finna start talking about the system. Here it go. Yeah, we finna start documenting what she's talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care what you document because this is my journey and my story. And I could talk about it at any given second whenever I want to. I just want to let y'all know that I just don't feel like talking about it right now. I'm only doing what I desire, which is talking about who I used to be versus who I am. I am not afraid of any system or anything because they going to do whatever it is that they want to do at the end of the day. Like, for instance, today is my daughter's birthday. So yeah, I just want to expose the fact that today is my daughter's birthday and they are not letting me talk to her. They won't let me say happy birthday to her. They don't want me to see nothing. They don't want me to see her or nothing. And they feel like, oh, this is gonna break her down. We're gonna make sure that she's hurt, depressed, crying. But what y'all fail to realize is y'all have literally done this to her. Because you need to know that she should be able to see her mother and hear from her mother on her birthday. But you ain't nothing but a bunch of evil, spiteful demons, bunch of people that just want to see me doing bad. You want to see me fall on my face, but it ain't gonna happen, Captain. All right? Shout out to my daughter anyway. Happy birthday, baby. You beautiful. I love you. And honestly, man, I remember on this day when I gave birth to Yola behind. You was just so beautiful. Just a beautiful little baby girl. Honestly, God really and truly blessed me with a bunch of beautiful, adorable children. Seriously, and I'm grateful for that. And my baby girl was just so cute, so adorable. So yeah, I mean, people be mad. They really be jealous and hating and stuff like that. And it's just sad also how the person yeah, the person don't want me to say nothing to her because people be hating. They be jealous. They be jealous and they be jealous of you for whatever reason it is, but you're putting an innocent child in the midst of it for nothing. I ain't got nothing against you. I don't even know you like that. All I know is you have access to my child and I don't. That's the thing. But God bless you. And I hope that God comes within y'all hearts today and help y'all to understand that what y'all are doing is very foul. And I do want to let y'all know that God got the last say so, baby, not me. All right? So you can be evil, you could do evil, demonic things all day long. Y'all can document, sit there and watch me on YouTube, hoping that I slip up and say something. You can even use this against me if you want to. I don't care. And I already know they're gonna use that. Oh, she's saying she don't care. I really don't. I don't care about nothing, honestly, but my life. Real talk. And I'm just grateful that I'm not locked up or dead. I care about my children most importantly though, for sure. Everybody know that. I love my kids. But I'm just saying I don't care about anything that y'all have planned up y'all sleeve. It is what it is. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Cuz at the end of the day, you're not going to make me or break me. And nothing that you do to me can make me or break me. Obviously, you clearly see that. I don't even know why y'all keep trying. It's nothing but a bunch of grown as childish as adults that need to seek God. Real talk. That just want to see me continue to do bad. That's why they probably love the fact that I'm talking about this right now. But what they fail to realize is, hello, obviously I'm showing who I used to be versus who I am now. And I'm still grateful to be a mother because you can take that away from me not being able to say happy birthday to my own child, but all you doing is hurting her and you hurting yourself. Because see, in the Bible it says, vengeance is mine. And I'm telling you, you do not want to play like that. But I mean, hey, it's your game. Go ahead. I ain't about to play with you. So anyway, I want to show y'all this my baby girl, her birthday is today. But anyway, I was pregnant with, wait a minute, is this the day when I had went into labor? Oh no, this was literally 5 or 6 days before I went into labor with her. Yep, showing y'all pictures of my big old pregnant belly. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there praying. I felt like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I really felt like that was one of the longest pregnancies I ever had, to be honest. Even though it wasn't, she was actually born early. She was born October 17th, but she was really supposed to be born October 25th. Um, yeah, believe me, women out there, do not let no doctor tell you that you are not in labor because you're having Braxton Hicks contractions. Trust me when I tell you those were Braxton Hicks contractions that I was having that day. I even called one of my cousins that I was real close with, and I told her, and it was on her birthday too. Shout out to my cousin. Still love you, sweetheart, even though I ain't heard from you in like 2 years. But um, she was like, cuz you need to get to the hospital. Real talk. You need to get to the hospital. It sounded like you in labor. I was like, how am I in labor for having Braxton Hicks contractions? She was like, even though they're practice contractions, they can turn into real contractions. And I literally didn't believe her. But I ended up going to the hospital and they did tell me I was in labor. That's the crazy part. I was like, oh my God, this is a painless labor. It was I was literally having Braxton Hicks contractions back to back to back for a whole 2 hours. And I didn't feel pain. I just kept feeling like squeezing and tightening. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, gave birth to a beautiful baby girl and who's gonna pretty much, I'm sure she's gonna enjoy her birthday today. Unfortunately, you got spiteful people that's allowing her to enjoy her birthday without speaking to her biological mother who actually loves her, who's actually an amazing mother to her. Can't skip past that one. Anyway, let me go ahead and fast forward and finish telling y'all who I used to be. Because I became an amazing person, by the way, you know, after all of that trauma and all dealing with all that stuff. And still dealing with stuff to this day. Still. Yeah. I love my life and I love my journey. And I don't care what nobody has to say about me. People can say, oh, you this and she's that and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? I am who I am. And I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't experience none of that. So I am grateful for the trauma that I've been through. Y'all got to really start thanking God for all of the trauma that you've been through, all the trauma that you overcame, because you wouldn't be who you are today if you had never went through anything. But anyway, this is a picture of me 2020. Oh, my bad. Don't want to show y'all that. Yeah. Um yeah, that's a picture of me when I found out that I was expecting. Well, honestly, I think I was like 5 months. Yeah, 5 months along. Like I said, people was manifesting negativity, talking about, oh, they gonna take the baby, blah, 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 blah. Y'all just wanted my child to be taken away. And y'all got what y'all wanted, but at the end of the day, it showed me how to be more of an amazing mother. So I appreciate y'all for doing the evil things that y'all been doing. Um and oh, I do want to say something traumatic happened also when I was pregnant with my baby in 2020. I had ended up getting into a bad car accident. I was 5 months pregnant, got into a bad car accident. I literally thought I lost my child, but I didn't. Thank God. The guy hit me. I ended up winning the lawsuit and everything. Um, but he had hit me and it was a hard impact. He came out of nowhere and he was speeding and he was coming down the wrong street. And I was just trying to get home so I can lay down, pregnant, feet hurt, tired of driving, This dude came out of nowhere and bam, smacked, crashed right into the passenger side door and like literally smashed the whole passenger side door all the way in. I was hyperventilating and my adrenaline was rushing, and thank God I wasn't harmed or anything. But the impact was so hard that it like rocked me so heavily that I thought, I don't know. I thought something happened internally to the child. And the ambulance came on the scene, police and all of that, and they rushed me away to the ER. Did some evaluations and everything, and found out that the baby was perfectly fine. But they did find out that I had placenta previa. And I never knew what that was because my previous 3 pregnancies were all healthy pregnancies. I never had any issues or anything like that. But with the 4th baby, it was a placenta previa. I never knew what that meant. Um, yeah, I had got on the phone with my husband and I called him and I told him because he was somewhere else and I was like, oh my God, I just got into a bad car accident, you know. Anyway, yeah, the police ended up giving my mom all my information. They gave her my phone, my keys, all of that, you know. Cause I had to get it. And they said that my blood pressure was so high that they was concerned for me because I was I was so scared. I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared at the time. This was before I knew anything about being in fear and all of that. But yeah, I was terrified and thank God I was okay. Baby was okay. I just had placenta previa. Placenta previa is when the placenta is low lying and it's laying. My placenta was actually lying on top of my cervix. You know, it was covering my cervix and it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be attached to the wall of the uterus, I believe, but instead it attached to the um cervix. And according to the doctors, it had nothing to do with the car accident. I'm not sure, but they said that it was already the baby developed like that. Yeah. But I ended up having a healthy pregnancy. I did they did eventually tell me that I was going to be having bleeding and stuff during pregnancy, and I honestly, now that I think back on it, I did, cuz I did find out I had a previa early on and I had forgot until I got into the car accident. I literally forgot that quick because I had bled early on in the pregnancy for like 2 weeks, bleeding of 2 weeks, and then it had went away or resided on its own. I thought something was wrong with the baby or whatever. Whole time it wasn't, thank God. Sometimes it can happen. Sometimes some things, bad things can happen. If you bleed out too much, it can put the baby at risk, but it didn't, and I ended up carrying her all the way through. It ended up residing on its own eventually, and it moved up. the The placenta ended up moving up a little bit on its own, so I was able to give birth to her. My next pregnancy after that, I didn't get so lucky. Because I ended up literally having to have an emergency C-section, and my child was premature because I ended up having another placenta previa, and that one was way worse than the one before because I bled out so much that they had to give me steroid shots for the baby. Um, but we gonna get to that soon. I just want to show y'all this picture of me and my husband. This was from 2020. This was when I was waiting on the car to get out the shop because something else had happened to the damn car. Matter of fact, oh yeah, we had just came back from out of state. We had went on vacation for like we went on vacation for like a few days or something. And when we was on our way back to Chicago, this is how you know we was really supposed to just stay where we was at and on the vacation. Like it was supposed to be a staycation, to be honest, if you ask me. Because it's just funny how we came back to Chicago, like all of a sudden my doggone tie rod had split in half. And I almost, thank God I was able to pull off to the side of the road. But we ended up, thank God we had emergency money and all of that. We ended up calling, well, the tow truck driver came and we ended up getting the car towed off to the what you call it, the mechanic shop. And We was waiting on the car to get fixed and stuff like that. It took like 2 days for it to get fixed because they had other cars in front. But oh my God, yeah, we was still, even though we was going through a lot, we was still doing well for ourselves. I was pregnant, all of that. Um, Let me see. I'm just literally trying to show y'all pretty much what I've been through and how I overcame everything. Trust me, people go through things, y'all. People literally go through things. There's a lot of pictures in here. Other pictures I can't really show y'all. And I'm not talking about explicit pictures. I'm talking about pictures of my kids in the system. Because apparently people feel like I shouldn't be showing pictures. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I really wouldn't want to show pictures of them anyway going through that right now. Even though I probably did in the past. I would rather show y'all a picture of them when they come home. Forget all that. Home where they belong. Our kids belong home. They belong home. Yeah, 3 days, facts. You said definitely tough for us, that pregnancy, yeah, facts. Oh yeah, y'all. Today my live stream was really gonna be about Chicago, but I had to go in and do this one because my husband literally inspired me to do this. He inspired me because he did a live stream earlier and I just appreciate him, okay? All right. So, okay, I'm trying to show y'all. Let me see. These ain't nothing but pictures of. I'm gonna just be 100. So before I had dealings with run in with CPS or whatever, I was already going through a lot of trauma anyway. And I'm not saying, oh, you should have came and got my kids from me anyway. Hell no, you shouldn't have did it. But I'm gonna just be 100 though. I was already going through a lot. We all go through things in our lives, and I really just wanted to go as far as to showing y'all um who I was and who I became. And I became somebody for real when I really met my husband though. Like before, honestly, before me and him linked back up or whatever, right, it was like right before we got together, I had already went through an isolation period of finding myself, and I started to love myself more. I stopped partying, drinking, going out with people. Like I said, I cut everybody off. I stopped caring about jobs and working and all of that because I had to get myself together mentally to be able to go out into the work field. And that's what a lot of people need to understand too. If you ain't got yourself together mentally, do not go to that job. Please. Unless you can really maintain yourself through all of that, I highly suggest don't go to a job if you don't think you can do it. You know, um, and don't care about the judgment from anybody else because it's not their journey; it's yours. So your decisions is your journey. The decisions that you make, it's your journey. Whether you make a good or a bad decision, we all ain't gonna always make great decisions, but we have to learn through the bad decisions that we make. And that is our journey. And people just need to understand that. They just need to understand that. And so that's why I don't really care about what nobody got to say about me when I show stuff like this or when they feel like I talk too much or I'm saying too much and I'm telling too much. Honestly, tell your story. It's going to inspire someone. And don't care about the judgment from everybody else because they would never, actually, number one, they would never change because they don't feel like they should. And number two, they would never be able to walk a mile in your shoes because I can almost guarantee you, if you get them your shoes to put on, they would literally fold. You said they belong with their real parents. Yeah, for real, for sure. For sure. So don't never let nobody tell you that You ain't changed, even though you know that you did. And I'm talking to the real, authentic people, that the real people out there, the normal people that changed. And the fact that they try to show people the new them, the new and improve them, and people don't want to see it, so they keep on the blindfold because they don't want to see the new you. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't did it. Don't let nobody tell you that you put on a facade for the cameras. And don't get me wrong, people can say whatever it is that they want to say, and you don't have to prove anybody wrong. Uh Prove anybody wrong or right, whatever the case may be, but this is your journey. I'm gonna just say that. This is your journey. This is not theirs. And yes, people are gonna talk. They gonna talk whether you doing something good or not. And I'm trying to see why is my all right, put a one if you can hear me, please. Okay, that's what's up. All right, sorry for the interruption. Just got a call from my daughter who loves me so much. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, so let me get to the point where, yeah, I just, I was working on myself. I began to love myself more. My husband showed me what true love is, what loyalty is. He stuck by my side through it all. He's a great father, a great man, and overall a great human being. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never seen nothing like it, to be honest. Now, in the midst of finding myself and learning to love myself and meeting him, we were still going through a lot at the same time, at the same damn time, you know? And we ended up going through homelessness, you know, together. And that experience together, that story alone is a story that I would have to tell. So I'm not going to really dive too deep into it. But, you know, going through home, I would never wanted to do that with someone else other than him. Like going through everything that I've been through, I would have never wanted to do it with anybody else other than him. Because we had a great time through going through what we was going through. Yes, it is. Give it to her. My bad, I was reading a message. Okay, so while we were going through homelessness, let me show y'all how I still looked while homeless at the same time. Yep, this was me on my birthday, homeless, homeless and all, you know. And, I was still trying to look my best while my life was a little, it was a little rocky. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a little rocky, but at the same time, I still made it through. There was another situation that happened, man. I'm not gonna show y'all that, but I'm gonna just say this. It was another car accident again. I was just steady getting into these car accidents, man. Real talk. I guess that just wasn't such a lucky vehicle that I had then. Going through homelessness made me better. It made me and my husband better together. It made us better people, you know. This is when RIP to our friend Tweet. Well, really my husband's friend. But honestly, I had met Tweet before I had met my husband. Honestly, Tweet had introduced me to him. So shout out to you. RIP to him. But we had met up with Tweet and his girlfriend. RIP to her as well. Both of them actually died together. But man, I tell you, I think it was like 9 months before their death. We met up with them on New Year's Eve. This is when we celebrated holidays, and we was at the hotel, and we was just having fun, man. They had the game system in the hotel room and everything. We was in a high rise. Tweet gave us an experience of being in a beautiful 5-star hotel all the way at the top, man, downtown Chicago. We was able to look down and see all the cars and stuff driving. It was pretty cool though. RIP to them people, man. They definitely showed us uh fun for real. While we was dealing with what we was dealing with, evil ass people. Um It's a shame though how people will create adversity for you and they will make you go through things just because they don't want to see you happy. That is so crazy to me. But at the same time, I just want to say this, y'all. Please thank God for people like that. Because if they didn't create adversity for you, you wouldn't be better. They actually building a stronger you, you know, sick ass individuals. But yeah, they're building a stronger you. Um man. And okay, so I want to say I think I told that story before, right? So 6 weeks after that pregnancy that I had, the one with the car accident and all of that. 6 weeks after that pregnancy, even through homelessness and all of that, I was so damn stressed out. I guess they would call it the postpartum stress or whatever. And it was really, I had a valid reasoning though. It was really because they took my baby out of my arms and they took her from me. I was still breastfeeding her, all of that, you know what I'm saying? And they came and they took my child and they tried to snatch that love that she really needed away from me. And me and her father, real talk. And that shit stressed me out so much that I ended up in the got rushed to the hospital, was in the hospital for 3 days under magnesium because my blood pressure was so high it wouldn't go down. Blood pressure was so high that my veins blew and I kept passing in and out of consciousness. In and out of consciousness. You said don't make me tear up for real. I never been to a hotel this high. Yeah, until that day, yeah. Cause I just realized that myself, like him and his girlfriend, they literally put us in a hotel room downtown. That was our first experience. Let me see. But yeah, I overcame all of that. I got out of the hospital. I felt 100% better. When I actually had to go through that, I'm glad that I did go through that. I'm glad that I didn't lose my life behind it because the doctors told me that I definitely was on the verge of literal death at that point because I had no blood flowing, okay? That was very dangerous. And on top of that, passing in and out of consciousness, head was hurting. Imagine if I had literally left this earth because of that, because of stress from DCFS taking my child. Imagine what would have happened. Like, I don't even want to imagine it, but my kids, they really need me. So I had to calm myself down and accept what I would see. It's about acceptance too. Sometimes you gotta accept things, man. Sometimes you gotta accept things that you can't take any control of. If you can't take no control, I highly suggest that you just accept it until you can figure out different ways and different avenues to take some sort of control of the situation. Like, maybe reporting things or whatever the case may be, man. You said DCFS and the system remind me of dudes who love killing folks. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. To any mother or father that loves their children, the child support system in DCFS is a slow killer. It is a I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy. It is something that nobody would want to go through because it is a very very evil, wicked system that loves to see children depart away from their biological parents. And it will, if you stress out about it so much, it can slowly kill you. For real. And yeah, I feel like I was doing well. I was doing good until they snatched my baby away from me, my fourth child away from me. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I found out later on that they was constantly doing this. They was really doing it out of jealousy. Like they was really just jealous of me. They was hating on me. They really ain't want me to enjoy my life, and they didn't want me to move on with my life and have more children. They don't feel like I deserve to have kids or nothing, because they kept trying to say, oh well, because you got other kids in the system. Doesn't matter. I'm complying with the services. That's all you should know. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be a great mother regardless. Real talk. But they didn't want to give me a chance. They didn't want to give me an opportunity. And they stole that chance and that opportunity away from me. And guess what? God ended up restoring that 4 years later down the line. Because the devil took that away from me. But what it did was it made me stronger. It made me greater. And every time I kept going through more things, I kept making it make me greater. Real talk, because I refused to put myself in the hospital again and be near death over a person that's trying to create adversity for me. Because see, people, they want to see you down. They want to see you dead. They hate on you so much. That, see, when people hate you so much, they want to see you dead. Yes, I'm pretty sure those people would have been happy if I had died that day. But I didn't, because God ain't let it happen. He said, you have a mission to complete. And being on YouTube and telling my story and talking to y'all about certain things and giving y'all some motivation and stuff like that, just from telling y'all my past experiences, it is my mission. It's my mission. And I want to show how I overcame a lot of things in my life just simply by not allowing it to stress me out so much. Yeah, it's okay to cry. Yeah, I do cry sometimes. Hell yeah, I do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I cry. I hurt sometimes. And I do. But at the same time, guess what? I pick myself back up and I pray. And I get through the day. Because I know that at the end of the day, it ain't going to do nothing but make me greater and greater and greater. You see, I know of stories where the system and these agencies kill babies and adults through stress. Yes, I actually had, when I used to be on TikTok, I had seen a video of this old white man. I felt so bad for him. It was an older white guy who was on a oxygen machine. And he had like stitches in where his heart was, and he had a patch over it. And he kind of showed the stitches. And he was just steady breathing heavy. And he said, I come on here today to tell you guys that whatever you do, don't stress. This is what it does to you. He said, I just want to tell a little bit of my story. CPS, they took my 3 girls away from me. My girls, they love me dearly. My girls, they love me so much. I love them. And I've been here for them. And I've been taking care of them. and they came and they took my daughters away from me, and that's why I'm on this oxygen machine. That's why I had to get stitches right here. He had to have a heart surgery, and he said that I guess he only got 10% of his heart left, and he said they told him he can die any day now. He said he still be stressing and he tired. He said, I'm just tired. And I just want my daughters to know that I love them so much. I'm tired of experiencing this pain. I don't want to be on this oxygen machine. I'm telling you, bro, I can't believe when I saw that. And it's crazy. I had to comment and I told him, man, yes, you're right. They put me in a damn hospital for 3 days out of stress from them taking my child from me, bro. I could have literally lost my life from that. But after that, I learned my lesson to not let that shit stress me out no more. Because at the end of the day, you still a good mom, Danny. You still a good mom. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't. People gonna talk. They gonna say what they want to say. They gonna do whatever it is they want to do to try to make your life a living hell. But all you gotta do is dust yourself off and pick yourself back up and keep going. Because you still gotta make it through this life. What you gonna do? Stop? Because that happened? We gonna go through some terrible things in our lives. You know what I'm saying? But we can't stop. We gotta keep going. The best thing that you can do is pray about it, address it when you can. But when I say address it when you can, come back to it. I ain't even gonna say nothing really too much about that, but just know, man, what they doing is wrong. They know what they doing is wrong. And it's people like them that will suffer. They gonna suffer. And I'm not gonna touch nobody. My husband ain't. And nobody that we know ain't gonna touch none of y'all. But I know somebody who will, though. I know someone who will. The Most High God will. Because you will feel his wrath from the things that y'all have been doing. So at the end of the day, when you mess with God's children, just know. I don't know. Hubby, they've been in the chat. They was here earlier, I think. Let me make sure. I can't really see it, but yeah, they've been here. They was the first ones in, if I'm not mistaken. You said, did y'all ever get the kids back? Nope, we didn't. Still fighting to this day, 7 years later, still fighting. Our children does want to come home. They state that they always want to come home. It's just a bunch of evil, wicked people that's keeping them away because jealousy, hate. This is what people do when they jealous of you. And they don't want to see. They know that we good parents, bro. They know we good parents. But guess what, though? I don't need. Okay. Guess what? We have a beautiful daughter that we taking care of right now. And they know that. They know we great parents. They know that. They can't handle seeing stuff like that, though. Because it really proves them wrong. And it's like, damn, they really is good parents. Well, no, they not. No, they're not. No, we are. And God sees it. And God showed y'all already. But the fact that y'all want to keep the game going, hey, that's on y'all, man. You said I'm the one a year ago told how I got my case dismissed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I remember you. I have to look at your name and see if I can see any of your comments. But yeah, let me fast forward to anyway, I just want to let y'all know that through all of that, y'all thought. See, let me tell y'all what CPS wants you to do. They want you to fall on your face and never get back up. They don't want you to laugh, enjoy the fun, the not fun, enjoy life. They don't want you to be better. They want to see you off drugs, stressed in the hospital, like dude on oxygen machines and all type of stuff. They want to see that. That's what they want to see. And they hate the fact that they still don't see that. Because see, we beating them at those little statistics. See, they want us, all they want to do is make us match up to, I ain't even saying it right, y'all know what the hell I mean. But you know how they create statistics. They just want us to be one of those. That's all it is. And that's why they just keeping it going. It's about that. It's about money. It's about jealousy, hate, all of that, And the sad, sickening part about it is we don't even know y'all, bro. It's the fact, like, how you want to see somebody down and do bad in life and you don't even know them. Just weird and sick. But it's cool though, because guess what, man? I'm telling you, God got something up his sleeve for y'all. Y'all want to keep playing with him, and y'all playing with God though. You ain't playing with me, you playing with God. And yes, you are playing with our children as well. And you playing with their lives because you making them waste their lives in the system for nothing. For nothing. And they don't want to see nothing. They don't want to see nothing. All they keep saying is, oh, yeah, well, the parents, blah, 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 parents. We ain't even doing nothing wrong, y'all. Mind you, we're doing everything right, nothing wrong. But see, that's the problem. They hate you when you do right. That's the thing. And that's how society is overall. They just hate you for doing right. Then they try to turn foster parents against you and all of that, and whatever. It is what it is. It's the fact that my children are in the midst of hate and envy from people that swear they know me, but they really don't. You don't know me. You just know me from what you see on Black and White, and none of that stuff is true about me. I know who I am. You don't. Period. You said, I don't know who that is. Must be a new page. To be honest, be careful. These folks will do anything to bring us down. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Let me see. I'm trying to see, was you already in the stream, though? Oh, I ain't gonna lie. YouTube be blocking the hell out the comment section, dude. I ain't see none of these comments. Look here, I overstand y'all have enemies. I am not one of them. I ain't never say you was an enemy, but shit, I don't trust everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. It be different people behind these YouTube channels, and we don't know who we talking to. So you gotta understand that. You gotta understand that we don't know who we talking to. We could be talking to anybody. People get behind these platforms and they always try to pretend like they somebody that they not, because they just, I don't know, man. But hey, if you a real authentic person, that's what's up. But no, I do not remember you. It was a lot of people, honestly, that was trying to tell me about they CPS situations. Because a lot of people really started following me for that reason. Because there was a video that I did years ago that had ended up getting almost 400,000 views. And that's how I started gaining a lot of subscribers. And a lot of people start telling me through the comment section that they're dealing with the same thing with CPS and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of people that was talking about their cases and all of that. I literally don't remember you. So just want to say that. Yeah, because YouTube blocked them and I just had to unblock the doggone comment section. I do want to, okay, so let me get out of here right here on this one on Google and go to YouTube. Because I can go all day with showing y'all pictures and I don't want to keep doing it. I just literally want to come on here to to tell y'all that I used to be somebody that I wasn't. I had masked my true image, and this is my true image. This is who I am. My husband was talking to me earlier, and he was like, to be honest, I was fake as hell. And I agree with him. And I said, yes, you were. You were fake as hell. I was fake as hell. We all were fake as hell once upon a time until we really unmasked ourselves and really found out who we truly were the whole time. And this is who we are. This is who I am. And people can say whatever it is they want to say about me. They can say, oh, look at her. She angry. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm doing better than you. And people will swear up and down, nah, you ain't doing better than me because look at what you going through and look at what I'm going through. At least I acknowledge what I'm going through. At least I actually appreciate what I'm going through. Now, I got more money than you. You ain't got no money. I don't care about money, to be honest. Because as long as my soul rich, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to be grateful for that forever. Forever. As long as my spirit is rich, I'm going to be grateful for that alone. I don't care about no money, bro. Money is not going to be here forever. People keep forgetting that. Y'all care so much about money that y'all allow money to... You allow money to corrupt your mind. You allow money to control you. People will do anything for money. They literally would. They'd keep the kids from you for money. Look at these systems. Look at them. They are literally feeding. They talking about us, but they literally eating off of our kids right now. If it wasn't for our kids being in the system, they wouldn't have a roof over their head, shoes on their feet, clothes on their back, food in their mouth, none of that. Because I know they don't thank God anyway. You know what I'm saying? It is the money that keeps flowing in from our children being there that's helping you to eat. It ain't the job. It's the job that you do, which is continuing to separate families because they don't get paid when kids go back home, y'all. That's the real truth. They don't get no money when kids go home to their families. They literally don't. So don't let them fool you. Don't let them tell you, oh, the parents is this and they doing this. I'm telling you, God is my witness. I promise you, I'm not lying to y'all. We doing everything that we can to get our children home. We doing everything right, bro. And we are amazing parents, man. I'm not finna let nobody try to tell us that we not. And God sees it. God does. So people can say whatever it is that they want to say about us, but I be having to let y'all know, man. Y'all just don't know, bro. I'm grateful for everything I've been through, everything I overcame. I'm grateful that I didn't become a crash out. Yes, I feel like I did have my times where I crashed out in life, but I'm so glad I didn't crash out to the point where I had to serve prison time and I became a drug addict, hooked on drugs on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful that I didn't become such a crash out to the point where I started a OnlyFans. You know, I'm so grateful, bro. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I can sit here in front of this camera today and show y'all pictures and videos of who I used to be versus who I am now. And with that being said, I want to show y'all this video that I posted to my wall on YouTube this morning, the community section. And this is very motivational. I like this video. And I'm going to show y'all another video as well that I actually showed y'all yesterday, if I can find it.
The truth is, the more godly you become, and the more desire you have to live a godly life and to be the person God wants you to be, the stronger that desire you have. The truth is, the more
Okay, hold on. Let's start it over because we gotta live. This is a short too, by the way, to the people that just got a slow attention span, short attention span. Listen to this godly man.
the truth is, the more godly you become, and the more desire you have to live a godly life and to be the person God wants you to be, the stronger that desire, the more Satan's going to work on you.
You hear that? The stronger the desire that you have to get closer to God, to be closest to God, to be a God-fearing person, the more Satan is going to work on you. Real talk.
That's why you have to build this wall of defense.
You got to build the wall of defense. Because if you don't, you can end up like the guy that I was telling you about that was on the oxygen tank. That got 10% of his heart left because he allowed Satan to take over him. And also me as well. I am a prime example. Yes, I ended up in a hospital for 3 days under magnesium because I let stress pretty much almost kill me. So with that being said, that taught me to build a wall of defense.
Because he's there. If you're just doing what everybody else does and fiddling at this and that, he knows he's going to get you. When you decide, I'm going to live a sanctified life, that doesn't mean you're going to be sinless.
You hear that? When you decide that I'm going to live a sanctified life, it does not mean that you are going to be sinless. Sometimes we still commit sinful acts while we're trying to get closer to God, while we're trying to walk righteously. We do. But we got to get back up. We got to repent.
But it means you're going to live a life honorable before God, obediently walking before him, trusting him, relying upon him, quick to discern in your mind and heart what is a danger thought or a danger place for you to be.
Amen. Real talk. Amen. I had to show y'all this short little clip, man, because that is so true. That is so true. Okay, here, I think this is another one.
I don't know what threat and fears you're experiencing in life. I don't know who's rejected you or how long, what you're experiencing as far as loss in your life, but one thing I'm certain of. The Lord Jesus Christ will sustain you. He will give you a peace, the quality of, the power of. It will sustain you, strengthen you, enable you to walk through it victoriously, confidently, no matter who you are, whatever the character of that storm.
Yep.
You see, these disciples are going through a difficult time, but Jesus said, no longer be troubled. You and I go through those times. What is he saying to us? No longer be troubled in your heart. Troubled, yes. Fear, yes. All these things will hit us, but we don't have to live in it. We can step above it, walk above it, walk beyond it, if we're willing to make a very wise decision.
You feel me?
I don't know what.
Right in front of the folks that tried to destroy you. They tried it, but they did not succeed. At first you won't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Because guess what? My daughter still called me, and she loves me, by the way. I mean, geez, like, come on now. Y'all need to cut it out. Seriously. Y'all know I'm an amazing mother, terrific mother. Stop that. Stop it. Get some help. But at the end of the day, y'all try to break me. Y'all try to break my husband. But guess what? God built us up in front of y'all and showed y'all. And y'all still don't want to accept it? All right. That's on y'all, man. We ain't got nothing to do with that at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to let y'all know that we did try to be respectful to y'all too. But see, the thing is, when you continuously show us that you don't want to respect us, and you fail, and you continue to fail to respect us after we have demanded respect, you might as well kiss that goodbye. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna disrespect you, but I'm gonna just be 100. I'm gonna tell you right here on this stream, since I know y'all probably watching. We don't have no words for y'all. So stop saying how you doing? Hello, I'm so and so. You do not have to talk to us. Please stop talking to us. We are trying to reserve. We are busy. Okay? We are trying to reserve our peace. We're busy. We don't need to talk to anybody, especially people that want to continuously oppress us. And you know what's so sad? It be your own people, your own culture. Own culture. I can't even count on my fingers how many black folks it is that work in this system that continues to separate families. You know what I'm saying? Continues to separate families and then turn around talking about some, hello, how you doing? Stop talking to me. Don't talk to me. I don't even want to talk to you. You are literally doing, I almost said something though, but you are literally doing exactly. And then the crazy, these people so sick in the mind, y'all. These be the main people that probably sit back behind their phone screens looking at stuff like, that's a shame. Look how we do each other as black folks. Look at what you doing. You working in a system that keep families separated and you're oppressing black folks. Your own black people. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Real talk. How can you look at yourself in the mirror every day? How can you stand in front of the mirror and say, I'm a strong black woman or I'm a strong black man? How could you do that? How? And you sitting up here watching a family that deserves to be together. You watching them in visits and stuff. You watching them through YouTube channels and stuff like that. You know they deserve to be together as a family, but yet and still you got so much hate in your heart. How dare you? How dare you, bro? How? What is up, Sleepy? Welcome, welcome. Now y'all about to make me keep going. Because I was finna get ready and get off. You said we used to have love for y'all. That's dead. Now on my soul, fall back and prepare for what God has for y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. For sure. For sure. You know, it's like just like you said, God said he made it to where he watched us. I mean, he made it to where y'all had to watch us go through something that y'all enjoyed to see, that was entertainment to y'all. Y'all watching our family be separated. Y'all watching our kids cry out for us in visitation saying that they want to come home. Y'all watching us, like literally watching us be separated as a family. And then it's sad because y'all black, bro. This is how our black brothers and sisters do us, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And he made y'all sit and watch us become better. He made y'all sit and watch us go from living with somebody else to having our own, to taking our children to having another one and keeping her and having our own child. Yeah. To thinking that y'all gonna see us be separated as husband and wife and hate each other through this, to watching us actually continuously be successful in our relationship. Y'all want to watch something else? Keep on watching. Keep on watching. I'm ready to show y'all how amazing we will become. Because see what y'all doing us a favor. That's all y'all doing, I'm telling you. That's all y'all doing. Y'all doing us a favor. And we appreciate it. We don't appreciate it, but we appreciate it. We have no choice but to appreciate the bad things. Because we can't just appreciate the good that happens in our life. We got to appreciate the bad as well. Even if that means people trying to oppress you and create obstacles in your life because they dislike you, actually, you're doing me a favor. And why did I say that? Because you're making me greater. You hate me so much for whatever reason. How do you sleep at night knowing that? This is my biggest question to I'm gonna be honest. This goes out to bitter ass baby mamas, bitter baby daddies, bitter ass foster parents, bitter ass adoptive parents, bitter ass whatever grandparents, whoever has custody of these children out here. You know, we gonna say temporary custody. I don't understand how you could sleep at night knowing that you hate somebody so much, but that child that you keeping away from them looks exactly like them. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, out of all my kids look like me though, in some sort of way. But one of them is my identical twin, same complexion and everything. Baby girl look just like me. So you're looking at me every day of your life, ma'am. You looking at me, you staring at me every day of your life. Y'all don't know which child I'm talking about, right? Because did I say which one? No, I didn't. But I just want to let you know, how can you wake up every day of your life and go to sleep though? Um knowing that you are intentionally keeping a child that looks identical to her mother, that look just like, I mean, it looked like I spit this girl out. She act like me. She act just like me. You know what I'm saying? Attitude. Nah, I'm just playing. She ain't got no attitude, but she has a great attitude. By the way, very smart. All of that. Who she get it from? Her mama. Don't take that credit, cause no, that's not your child. I'm just being 100. But how can you go to sleep every day though, knowing that you keeping a child separated away from her mother for yo whatever you feel about me? I don't even know you, ma'am. Like, I don't know you like that. I tried to respect you. I tried to have respect for you and all of that, but I apparently you don't want that. I don't know why. Anytime a woman acts like that is bitterness and jealousy. I don't know why. I ain't do nothing to nobody. Hey, I ain't do nothing. All I want to do is just be there for my kids, and they're stopping that because of their hate. But hey, do your thing. Because at the end of the day, there's somebody watching. And that somebody is the Most High God. So keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do. But I just want to say this though. Shout out to my daughter for having her birthday today. Today is her birthday, and she should be able to talk to me. But because of jealousy, bitterness, hatred, evil, all of that, you know, I'm pretty sure this video is probably going to get passed around to them, and they're going to try to get me to shut the hell up and all of that. And I don't care. I'm not going to shut up because I'm going to tell my story. And I'm going to tell that today is my daughter's birthday, and she should be able to hear my voice. I should be able to talk to her, but I can't because of y'all evil, hateful people. They just hate me for nothing, and I don't even know y'all, bro. Y'all just hate me because of me being me, and because of the things that you see in black and white that's not true. People will literally create their own narrative about you, and that is exactly why I made this live stream today, to show y'all who I was in the past versus who I became. So Sleepy, I'm not sure how long you've been here, or it looked like you just got here, but if you want to, you can rewind the live when this is all over with, because I pretty much was showing videos and pictures of who I used to be before I became who I am today. I showed people how, yes, I used to get lit, get toe up, get in the car and start driving. I showed people how I was a loner. I needed friends. I wanted friends so bad. I needed friends so bad that I literally met a girl through the job that I was doing and turned up with her the same night. And that, where did that get me? In a bad situation, because I got so toe up that I had a hangover and I ended up crashing a damn car from sleeping behind the wheel. It wasn't a really bad car crash. I ended up hitting the back of somebody's car, but it wasn't like real bad. All it did was it put a crack in a headlight and the front bumper. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was lost out here. Like mentally, I was lost. I wasn't there yet. I was getting there little by little by little because I was trying to find myself. I was trying to find myself through all that trauma, boy. I was trying. And I did. I'm just glad that I didn't get to a point where I was locked up. Like I said, incarcerated, never able to see my damn kids again or whatever the case may be. But look, man, y'all could try to put us through so much as y'all want to, but God still got a plan for us at the end of the day, and y'all won't be able to ruin that no matter how hard y'all try. No matter how hard y'all try, God has a plan for us. And y'all can keep trying to recreate life and recreate the way life is supposed to be and try to tell me that I can't be there for my kids. I shouldn't be there for my children. But God is going to make y'all see how great a mother I am. You know, one thing that I can say, though, that I wish that I had to pay more attention to when I did have my children was their milestones. I never knew how important that was. I literally wouldn't pay attention to stuff like that until their birthdays came around. And I'm like, oh, you just turned another age. All right, happy birthday. Let's have a birthday party. But I never was grateful enough to pay attention to the milestones, detail about it. I just thank y'all for letting me be an amazing mother, though. Because, you see, my child that I have right now is extremely intelligent the way that she is because of me and her father. Because we give her all the attention that she needs. We pay attention to her milestones, you know, and we love our child. And all she really know is us, to be honest. And you know what's so sad? What the system is so evil for is the fact that they know that she needs to be around her siblings. You know what's so sad? For a child to grow up and be an only child, have no choice but to be an only child. And she probably feels like she's an only child, and whole time she really not. She got 5 other siblings that came out of me. And she should be able to wake up every day to see her siblings, but she can't. Because people are keeping them away from her. They're actually trying to create they're trying to create what do you call it, dysfunctionalness in the family. That's what they want to create. But what they fail to realize is they'll never be able to do that because we show them all love equally. You say we all go through it, especially coming from urban cities, but God is, yep, we all do. We all go through it, you know. Honestly, even people that don't live in urban cities, you know, people that live in the country, they go through it too. Everybody got their own journey though. I had to get that off of my chest because I know that they probably really feel like they doing something right now. And they doing a terrific job with helping me to become a better me every day. Thank you. Come on, man. What you thought? What did y'all really think? Y'all thought I was gonna be like, oh, I hate them. Ah. Nah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my enemies too. And I know y'all love me too, because deep down, all of that hate that you got in your heart, deep down inside, all of that the obsession that you have over us, you know, trying to figure out how you can make our lives hell or whatever. Deep down, there's love. Because in order to hate someone, you got to have love for them. You got to. I wanted to show y'all another video, honestly, from around the time when I was trying to find myself. I was doing videos and stuff on YouTube. Woo! Let me go to it. Bear with me. All right, here we go. Well, okay, so if y'all go to my video section and you go all the way, the first video I did was 10 years ago, but when we speaking about videos that I did of myself, I didn't start doing that until 6 years ago. And yeah, I was pretty much doing like pregnancy videos and stuff. Oh, here go one. So this video that I'm about to show y'all is when we was homeless, but we was like staying in the hotel. We had money and stuff like that, but we didn't have the money to be able to get a apartment. You know, we just had enough to be able to keep a hotel room for a little bit until we end up getting fired from our jobs, and then we had to go back sleeping in the car. But during that, we were being harassed by this racist ass dude. Oh, we was so tired, bro.
Yep. So
We was so tired, dog. All we was trying to do was just get back into the hotel room so that we can go our asses to sleep. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, I think we just got off of work or something, or whatever. But man, bro, I mean, when I tell you this dude called the police on us, he was so racist. We had I think what happened? I think we needed there was something that had happened with the car or something with the GPS or something, and we had parked our car all the way on the side. We was away from the truck stop, all of that. We wasn't parked no way near them. It was where cars usually park at, but this dude literally pulled up in front of us out of nowhere. It wasn't nobody parked right there except us. He pulled up in front of us when he seen our emergency lights on. He seen us minding our own business. He just came out of nowhere talking about, what do you park right here for? Can I help you with something? We like, who the fuck are you? He was like, oh, I'm just trying to figure out, why are you over here? I'm just nobody. Oh, for real? He said, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to call the police on you. Straight demon. Straight demon. And all we was trying to do, bro, was just go lay down. This nigga was just trying to start problems for nothing. And then y'all be trying to say, oh, no, you playing victim. No. Majority of the things that I've been through in my life, I haven't played victim. I have been targeted. I am a targeted individual. Real talk. Simple as that.
it is currently 9 p.m. And let me tell y'all what just happened. So me and my husband, we just pulled over. Okay, he's recording too, but me and my husband, we just pulled over here by like it's like where a U-Haul place at, and it's like I'm gonna show it to y'all.
Right.
You see that? You see that? So we pulled over here to see what was going on with our car.
Oh, okay. So yeah, something did happen with the car. All right.
We pulled over. I told my husband, I said, put the hazard lights on because I don't want nobody to think we just sitting here chilling, you know. So he put the hazard lights on, right? Y'all.
Right. So he pulls up out of nowhere, putting his hazard lights on so he can come and bother us.
We seen a car come out the park. It was like a big parking lot. You could tell it's a warehouse or a factory in the back. So the car, I'm thinking he's going to pull around us with our hazard lights on. He pulled directly behind us, put his bright lights on.
Ignorant as I don't know what. Put his bright lights on us, though. And I'm only showing y'all this because of the things that we have had to endure along our journey. Real talk. But we are not these people anymore, though. we wasn't bad people either. Still, especially when I met him, I definitely he showed me what loyalty is, what love is, support, all of that. He wasn't no bad person, and neither one of us was. But obviously you could see the nose ring, you see all that. Yeah, But I'm not that person anymore. I overcame that homelessness. I overcame all of that.
This is a citizen. I'm thinking he's gonna pull around us with our hazard lights on. He pulled directly behind us, put his bright lights on. This is a citizen of the area that we in. Happens to be extremely racist. I told my husband, no, first I told my husband ain't had a hazard lights on, so the guy pulled behind us. I said, baby, put the hazard lights on, So he got out the car, my husband got out the car, and he said, I'm about to pop the hood. He popped the hood. This motherfucker got out his car, came up to my car talking about how can I help you guys? What's going on? I said, who the fuck are you? He talking about that's okay, I'll just call the police. So I recorded his ass, and guess what? We came back outside, y'all. He's still right here. Now he wants to turn off his lights because what he's going to try to make it seem like we're doing is trespassing or bothering him. I told him, call the police. I dare you, call them, because we didn't do anything wrong. All we did was pop the hood of our car to make sure that our car was okay. And you want to be racist? You want to be racist? Bro, I got your car, I got your plates and everything on camera. You're harassing us because we happen to be black and we in an area that he wanted us to move around. So he feels like the only way we can move around is if he says, I'm going to call the police. Now I dare you to come down here now. I dare you to come down here. We literally just parked the car and walked down here. Now, what's up? What's up?
See, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That shit did make me angry. It made both of us angry though. Real talk. Cause he lucky as hell that my husband ain't put the pause on him. For what the shit he was doing was just straight harassment. Yeah, it was the racism around that area. Matter of fact, I remember we never wanted to pull the car down there towards that way. Matter of fact, we was right there behind the hotel. We didn't want to pull the car down that way because they were so racist over there. Because we tried and attempted a few times, you know what I'm saying? And they were so racist, they kept trying to get us to move around, And this time, it happened to be a real racist ass person that said, oh, I'm going to call the police on y'all. And he really did, though. And the police really came.
What's up? Because that was extremely racist. We didn't even bother you, bro. We manage our own business. Let alone, we're staying in a motel literally right next door. So how you gonna tell us where to go and where to sit at? How you gonna tell us where to go and where to sit at?
You pull behind me. You
think we don't know that your car right there, you just still had your lights on over there? You think we don't know that you about to call the police on us? Call them.
I ignore it.
We ain't do anything wrong. And that's just crazy. Let alone that's just sad. And this is why me and my husband always record racist content. My husband ignored the shit out of him. He didn't say anything. One thing I don't appreciate is you walking up to my car. So how would you feel if we walked up to your car? How would you feel?
I mean, diabolical. I don't understand how racist people can do this shit. How do you have the balls to walk up to somebody's car because you want to be a Ken or a Karen or some shit? And so you just want to You want to blatantly bother people that ain't bothering you. Then you try to tell them that they playing victim when they call you out. Then you call the police because y'all know what the police will do to black folks.
If we walk our asses right up over there and walk right up to your goddamn car, how would you feel? How would you feel? Right, because all he's gonna do is try to make it seem as if we're trespassing or harassing him. So, and then also, he's going to try to point this out where it says private property, but we did not park on private property. We didn't park right here. We didn't park on private property, y'all. This is private property right here, okay? We parked our car. We stopped our car along the street right here. Right here. Behind this thing right here. That's exactly what we did. You know what I'm saying? So you could say we harassing you. We didn't even bother you. We don't even know you. We don't even know you. The only thing that you did that was wrong was you came up to my vehicle. This is my car. You came up to my car harassing me, bothering us for no apparent reason because we parked our car and popped the hood of the car to make sure that our car was good. You pulled up behind us, got out your car, walked up to my shit. Now, what if we had a motherfucking gun or something and shot your stupid ass? Then what?
Exactly. That's my thing. What if we had a shot your ass out of self-defense? I don't know. Or just crashing out. I'm just saying, not saying we got a gun or nothing, because we don't. But yeah, you never know. People, and this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. People keep putting shit past people. You don't never know what a person got on them. Y'all better leave people alone. And no disrespect to the woman, God rest her soul, but she lost her life because she held the door open for somebody and they didn't say thank you to her. And she called them out and said, why you ain't say thank you to me? And then that person ended up shooting her and killing her. Because they like, man, don't talk to me. Don't tell me to say thank you. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just saying, you don't never know what a person got on them. Like, why y'all keep playing with people out here, though? That's my thing. Why y'all steady playing with people out here? We live in 2020, bro. You said it wouldn't have been nice if I was the old me on myself. It wouldn't have been nice if I was the old me. I'm just saying, you got two motherfucking people that's already going through trauma, dealing with homelessness as it is. But not even just that. What if we were the people that we were before the homelessness? No. Ooh, I'm pretty sure we definitely would have been locked up or on the run. Y'all gotta really stop playing with people, especially y'all racist ass people out there. Everybody don't play that racist shit. Real talk. Y'all black folks too. Black people be racist in the motherfucker too. Racist towards other people. I mean, racist towards their own people. Black racist ass people. Stop playing, man. Stop playing with people out here for they really do something to y'all. And I'm just calling a spade a spade. Because y'all keep putting shit past people when y'all feel like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. I ain't worried about nobody. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say that. And I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Don't walk up on nobody's car like that, though. I'm talking about we really could have been two hood ass niggas, YNs, that could have just really robbed your ass or shot you or something. I'm just being 100.
Talking about that's okay. I'm gonna call the police. You don't have to be racist. You don't have to be racist. If you don't like black people, just say that. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna upload the content for y'all. When I called his ass, he walked up to my car. I actually ended up recording as soon as I got out the car. Like, my phone was tweaking, so I had to hurry up and just press record. I was trying my hardest, but by the time I got out the car, he done already ran to his car, got in his car and backed out. You know, he got scared because he seen that I was recording because he know he was wrong. Like, do you not know modern technology nowadays? Come on now.
This was 4 years ago, though. That's crazy.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're the owner. I don't care who you is. I don't care. I don't even know you. You ain't the police. I don't know you. You ain't had no right to get out your car. Walk up to my shit. I'm parked right here. Right here, y'all. All the way up there. Mind you, the motel room is right there. Right there. I'm parked right there.
Right, we was parked on the side because I think I know what had happened. We was having an issue with, I think it was the battery that was tripping. I think we needed a new battery in the car, and you know, the wires or whatever was so corroded. I think it just kept loosening back up, and every time it would loosen up, the battery I don't know, it was just shut off or whatever. So we had to keep getting out the car and fixing. You remember that shit, hubby? Remember when the battery was it was corroded and we had to keep getting out the car and just fixing it again. So we had to keep putting on the emergency lights and stopping at pretty much damn near everywhere we went. I mean, it was just the fact that this nigga really, yeah, it was loose. And we didn't have the proper tools to keep it tightened up. And he just came over there bothering us.
And who is this? The police?
Yep, he called
them.
Who is
this, police?
He really called them.
So the police coming, right? I'm already recording.
This motherfucker really called the police on us, though. For nothing. Because y'all ass don't see black people in that neighborhood. 2 cars. What did he tell them? For them to bring 2 damn cars. Wow.
For no apparent reason. We ain't even do anything.
Fucking deep, bro.
We ain't even do anything.
I ain't did nothing to nobody, bro. I ain't do nothing to nobody.
And I'm gonna make sure that I keep recording.
I ain't did nothing to nobody, bro. What are y'all coming up here bothering me for, bro? I didn't do nothing to that man. What?
That shit crazy, man.
They sitting behind my car and all that shit.
Sitting behind my car, running my plates.
Oh, so they came and sat behind the car and ran the place. Lord have mercy. I know they couldn't wait so they can literally try to pull up something and see if we got warrants. That'd be the first. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first thing that white people do, racist ass people, when they call the police, they say, yeah, black guy, black woman, police come speeding. You want to know why? Because they be thirsty as hell to run them plates so they can see if you got a warrant or something. That's the first thing they be looking for.
Running my plates. Running my plates. And I ain't do anything wrong. Neither one of us. Why? What's wrong?
We got to call you.
I'm finna tell you.
First of all, sir, we wasn't on. Wait, hold on. This is my vehicle. Let me talk. This is my vehicle, sir. We wasn't on private property.
No, that's not the concern. They were just worried that you guys were fighting or something.
We wasn't.
Talking about fighting? If we was fighting, I would have called the police myself, okay? But even if we was, why the fuck is that your business, bro? And by the way, he didn't even say that. He's a liar. He never said that we was fighting. He was concerned about us fighting. He is such a damn liar. He switched up the tune. He made that up. On my soul, he made that up. He told us when he pulled up that he trying to figure out why we sitting right here because we on private property. I said, no, the hell we ain't on private property. Private property is all the way on the other side of the parking lot, bro. This is not private property. We see cars parked right here along the street all the time. So he lied to the police and said we was fighting.
Fighting, sir. We was... Sir, he seen us pop the front of our hood. I got it on. I can show you. You want to see the recording?
As long as you guys say you're good.
Okay, so this is the thing. I don't appreciate...
This motherfucker should have got arrested for putting in a false report.
racism, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was
We was
bogus as
riding
hell,
down this
bro.
way. The car made a sound, so he pulled around.
My engine was
He
tripping. I
did.
stopped
Let me explain to them exactly what happened. He pulled around the U-Haul truck. Behind the U-Haul truck, I told him, I said, turn the hazards on, because we seen the car coming out and we thought he was gonna pass us by. He literally pulled up behind us. My husband popped the hood, got out, and looked underneath the hood. This guy got out his car talking about some, what's wrong? What's going on over here? I'm gonna call the police. I said, bro, I just recorded everything. I don't play that. Stop playing with me, because first of all,
Don't bother nobody.
we not bothering anybody. I know that's private property, but we wasn't parked on private property. We parked right behind the U-Haul. Exactly. So I mean, I told him, I said, go ahead, call the police. I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong. Come on now.
And we wasn't even arguing at all. I was trying to make
This
sure
is
the
my
car wasn't
husband.
finna
We got
fucking
kids
stop,
together.
bro.
We've been together for like 3 years. Like, we don't
And
argue, fight.
And honestly, bro,
It
I
is
really
what it
want to
is.
say this out my mouth, bro, because I don't have no racism in my blood, bro.
Exactly.
White, orange, black, purple, I don't care what you is. I look
At the end of the day, we not bothering anybody.
I was somebody that I wasn't, bro. So we got
And-
on, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up?
I know that's exactly what it was.
All right. Have a good night, okay?
Come on now.
Exactly. You see that shit?
You ain't even do anything to nobody. Now the man want to say we was up here fighting and arguing. So what? Even if we was arguing, that's not nobody's business. But we wasn't. So
I'm just saying,
we got
like,
everything on record.
y'all
And at the end of
so
the day,
fucking
we gonna walk up and down these streets.
dude, so damn racist. Hold on. I just want to say this. First and foremost, Brody, that hotel that we was staying at, that's where all the fighting and the arguing go down at. So you looking at the wrong folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. They fight inside of the rooms, outside of the rooms, all of that. So you talking about you thought we was arguing and fighting. Lies.
Streets freely, whenever we want, however we want. And ain't no motherfucking body gonna do a thing about it. We got freedom of speech.
Stop playing with us.
And first of all, you're not about to revoke our First or Second Amendments. We can go wherever the hell
What
we
the
want
fuck?
through this motherfucker. Ain't nobody gonna.
Now I'm just saying anything. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I was really just saying anything. I don't even know what I was saying. I said revoke, invoke. I don't know. They just showed that racist motherfuckers, exactly, racist people still exist. You feel me? But man, when I tell you, man, the journey is what? Painful. The journey is painful. Can I show y'all one more? Y'all ain't ready. I gotta show y'all this one though, cause this I don't know, man. I still got this up here. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable enough showing. Let me hear what I said though. I was so I just really wish that I had known more about money. Like, I wish I had known to not allow money to control me and my thoughts. Because this was around the time that when was this? This was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 2022. Oh, we had just got out of homelessness, like literally 3 months prior to that. And unfortunately, I'm just literally trying to see what I was saying though, Sleepy. If it's some stuff that I said that let me see.
Honestly, y'all, all I can do is just shake my fucking head. My own mother will not help me at this point.
Well,
Inflation is so high. Everything is high. Gas is so fucking expensive. We just put $25 in here, and we're under a half a tank. So
yeah, that's when everything started going up. See, that's another thing I want to say. People sitting up here screaming and hollering about prices going up, and they up here talking about, oh, I'm not gonna do Halloween this year and Christmas and all of that because prices is so high now. But bruh, in 2022, did y'all forget what happened? They already had raised up all of the prices in 2022. It was over with at that point, honestly. You know, cause me and my husband was just talking about this the other day. I remember when we used to always use Burger King coupons and stuff around that time, and they had the chicken fingers and the fries that come with it on the coupon for $3.99. You can't beat that, $3.99. But then as soon as inflation happened, it went up, and it went up like $2-3. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I thought it was a little jokey joke, until I went to Popeyes and I realized that I couldn't get a 10-piece for $19.99 no more, even though that was still freaking expensive. They turned around and started charging us $25. $25.99 for a 10-piece with some biscuits and fries and stuff like that. Oh, nah. I ain't about to pay no 25 plus tax. So we was coming out of our pockets. We was dropping $27 on some 10-piece 10 pieces of chicken. They sitting up here screaming and hollering, sleepy, talking about, oh, inflation. I would pull up those video clips too, but I don't want to right now. I don't feel like it right now, man. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. But I can't honestly say that, the journey is painful. It's painful, but at the same time, we overcame a lot of different circumstances, and you can too. You can do it. If I did it, you can too. Seriously. And I just want to say this. I know I said a lot. I know I talked a lot. I know I talked about this, that, and the third. I know I showed y'all some old traumatic videos and all of that. But I just want to let y'all know that is no longer me. I am who I am, and I know who I am. And without going through what I went through, I wouldn't be who I am. And y'all got to literally start putting yourselves in situations where you accept what you're going through. Because it's not going to do anything but make you better if you allow it to. The situation that you're going through is going to make you better. It don't matter what it is, man. You could have took some losses. Rather you lost a close relative, a job, money, car, your house. You fighting systems. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Once you start to realize and understand that you can get through those things just by literally being strong mentally, you can get through life. And one thing my husband been saying since this morning is, with all of this ICE things that's going on with ICE and the National Guards and stuff, obviously y'all see what's going on here in Chicago. Yeah, it's getting real. Yeah, they getting real close to where we at now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna do make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna do a live stream about Chicago tomorrow. And if I don't be on here tomorrow, just make sure y'all be looking out on Sunday or Monday, please. Okay, so just know that I always pop on here between 1:30 p.m. and 2:45 p.m. All right, just always know that between those times. The situation that's going on in Chicago with ICE and the National Guards and federal agents and all of that, Homeland Security, all of that, like he said, is a huge distraction. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean? They're in your city. How is it a distraction? No, it still is. I'm telling y'all, they will do anything. I'm telling you, they will do anything to distract you. They will, even if that means doing it right in your face. See, this spiritual warfare has turned physical. That's all you need to know. It became physical at this point. So now they're no longer uh doing stuff on the internet and got things trending to where the whole world is looking at it like, wow, they're really doing that. No, they're doing it here. They're in our faces doing it because they want to distract us by doing it in our faces. And the real reason why they want to distract us is so that we can forget who we are. How we gonna forget who we are and we already know who we are? Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of y'all really don't know who y'all are. And I am a prime example, and I just showed y'all that. The whole entire time I had a mask on, all those years. And it was removed when I really start understanding who I really am. I started loving myself more. I started figuring out life a lot more. I figured out the world. I figured it out. I cut people off, cut people loose, isolated myself, got closer to God. You know what I'm saying? So I took that mask off. I was no longer that person that I pretended to be all those years. I am who I am, and who I am is what you see right now. This is the real me, the real, true, authentic me. And I just want to say this. If I can do it, you can too. And don't never let nobody tell you that you can't change, because you can. Because trust and believe me when I tell you, I am very grateful. I'm grateful for who I am today. I'm grateful for the amazing mother that I have became. All of the children that God has blessed me with, even the ones that's in heaven. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for, me being a great woman, a great person. And yeah, I got my flaws, but guess what? When I notice my flaws, I immediately fix it. Real talk. And I still be working on it. We is not perfect. We not. We want to be perfect though, because we want to be more like Christ. And that's how we should want to be. Just like Christ. He was perfect. And man, I'm telling you, boy, let me show y'all this motivational clip before we leave. I just want to show y'all this little motivational clip real quick. Actually, 2 motivational clips before we leave. The first one is this one.
They try to act brand new. It's a testimony. What you go through, it's for us to inspire somebody else. It's for me to pull the wrinkles up. It's for you to pull the wrinkles up. We don't go through this because of our own selfish reasons. We go through this to give a testimony of how far God has brought me. And it was never about me. I thought about me. Before I'm going through this, he said, back up, man. Who you going to inspire? Who you going to tell somebody about the glory and the grace of God if you don't go through it? Get out of yourself. And once I step back, I be seeing the deep things of God. And so I don't play with it. I don't ask him for a lot. I just say, give me my portion for the day. I don't want a lot of things. Just give me enough that I can deal with. He said, I give you but fulfill your bond greater than you can ever ask. I know what you desire. I know what you need. But Lord, give me my portion where I can be grateful. Where I can be thankful. They unthankful. They unholy. They ungrateful. They got a job. They don't want the job. They got 40 hours. You can't work on Saturdays. You can't work on Sundays. Now you got 3 days. They always complaining and griping and murmuring. Stop it. He said be grateful with the little things.
Hey, man. I'm telling you, boy. Be grateful for. I wake up every day. And you know what I say to my husband? I look around the house. I said, man, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful, man. I said, it's crazy how we came, where we came from. We came from straight homelessness, bro. We was literally sleeping in a car, in and out of hotel rooms and stuff. Not hoping that we'll figure it out someday. Listening to people tell us, oh, just get a job. Same people that said that they was gonna be there for us and be there to help us, but guess what? It's the journey, not the destination. And I am very grateful for everything that we've been through in our lives. I'm very grateful. And this is the last motivational video that I want to show y'all before we close out.
The truth is, the more godly you become, and the more desire you have to live a godly life and to be the person God wants you to be, the stronger that desire, the more Satan's going to work on you. That's why you have to build this wall of defense, because he's there. If you're just doing what everybody else does and fiddling at this and that, he knows he's going to get you. Mm-hmm. When you decide, I'm going to live a sanctified life, that doesn't mean you're going to be sinless, but it means you're going to live a life honorable before God, obediently walking before him, trusting him, relying upon him, quick to discern in your mind and heart what is a danger thought or a danger place for you to be.
Come on, man. Come on now. And there you have it. And like I said,
just like y'all got.
I don't need nobody trying to tell me about myself. I know what I know my wrongs. Real talk. I ain't perfect. At the end of the day, I already know people probably thinking like, well, I mean, you saying this, that, and the third, but wasn't you just cussing all over your live stream? Wasn't you just cussing though? Don't you think I know that? You see what I'm saying? I know everything that I just did. Don't worry, I'll correct myself next time. I'm gonna come correct. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I really don't though. And I'm serious. I don't mind when somebody tries to tell me about myself, but I know, like I was trying to tell my husband earlier too. I'm like, see how it is? See how quick and easy it is for me to catch on to everything I do wrong? I promise you, I catch it. I might be silent about it on the inside. I mean, you might not hear me say anything about it, but on the inside, I'm literally thinking about what I just did. Oh, snap, whole time I just tweet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to correct myself next time. I'm going to come correct next time. I don't need nobody to tell me that. That's the thing. But I don't mind being all ears listening to somebody try to tell me about myself, for sure. Real talk. I just want to say, we all ain't perfect, but we all are made in the image of God. And I love my enemies, and I don't wish none on my worst enemies. And I just want to say this, man, look, people do wrong, and if they keep doing wrong, then they already know what it is at this point. I just wanted to make this video live stream today. So try to inspire others, try to get people to understand that it's okay to change. Nothing is wrong with that. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. But yeah, it's okay. We all can change. Nothing is wrong with the words CHANGE. Change, please. All right, that's it, y'all, for today. And make sure y'all stay tuned for more live streams to come. Hopefully I can get on here tomorrow. And if not, just stay tuned for Sunday or Monday. All right, Sleepy, appreciate you for stopping by. And everybody else that came here to watch and listen and stuff like that, appreciate y'all too. Nevertheless, wake them folks up.